Bulldogs football is on the air.
Howe has a 14-4 first down margin over the Salina Bobcats, who have yet to make a first down in the second half. And if the game ends where it is, the Howe Bulldogs go on to the playoffs, and G.A. Moore and company would go home to Salina to sit and stew.
Oh, boy. Receiver. Here's the handoff. Michael Bailey breaking tackles. 40. Up to the 45. He's to the 50, the 45. He's to the 40, the 35, the 30, and out of bounds at the 25-yard line. Michael Bailey has done it again.
I don't mind, but you better promise me I'll be back in time.
Randy Gear goes 98 yards for the second time.
Jay Skipper out of the left flash. Hawthorne about the 10. Hawthorne about the 5. In the end zone for the touchdown.
Back in time.
Number 30, Jerry Covington, did a fine job getting out there and getting his hands on him. Otherwise, he'd been long gone, Jim.
Andre lifts back to pass, wants to throw over Stephen Ogle's head. He picks it up behind the line of scrimmage. In traffic, gets away. He's gone. Kissing goodbye.
And Nino Falls has broken every rushing record there is for the Howe Bulldogs.
Rick Haining threw that ball a mile, Jim, and Jerry Dukes came down and just picked it out of the sky.
Brought to you by Abby's Restaurant, GCEC Wireless, Scoggins Funeral Home, Bucksnort Barbecue, Cavender Home Theater, SAP Consulting, Sweetie Pies,
Fast Signs, Curie's Coffee Company,
4A Automotive, and Sonic. And now let's go live to the broadcast booth with Monty Walker, Michael Mosier, and Stephen Braswell.
Well, a new era has begun for the 79-year-old Bulldog Stadium. With the old 1960s field house and 1970s press box torn down and replaced with a more modern, state-of-the-art facility, the Howe Bulldogs home is not only the oldest in North Texas, but also one of the finest in North Texas. Oh, and by the way, the play on the field has improved dramatically as well. A new day has dawned for the Bulldogs, and the ribbon is cutting tonight with Game 2 of the season versus the Munster Sacred Heart Tigers. Good evening, everyone. Monty Walker along with Michael Mosier. Howe's record here at Bulldog Stadium over the years since 1935 is 209, 151, and 11. That's a .581 winning percentage at home. That's a pretty good winning percentage if you're talking about high school football. The first official game here was a loss on September 20th, 1935 to the Sherman Bearcats B team. The Bulldogs lost 21-13 that afternoon. The first touchdown of Bulldog Stadium was scored by Billy Bryant Cloud, who, as the Sherman Democrats stated, Cloud, right halfback, took all honors of the game. He ran, tackled, and kicked the Bearcats B-men from one end of the field to the other and scored all of the Howe points. Howe's first win at Bulldog Stadium came on October the 16th, 1935 versus the Denison Yellow Jackets B team, and the Howe Bulldogs won 41-0. And then the very first game under lights here at Bulldog Stadium was also the game back after a 9-year absence from the game. On September 11th, 1958, Howe beat Sadler 32-0, while Travis Arterberry scored the first touchdown under lights on a 7-yarder from the then 8-man Howe Bulldogs. Again, good evening, everyone. Welcome to Bulldog Stadium. A great night here, a ribbon-cutting type celebration here at Bulldog Stadium, Michael Mosier, as we even have Leon Thornhill on PA tonight, Norman Dickey running the clock as we kind of cut the ribbon for this new revamped Bulldog Stadium.
Yeah, and I like the looks of this new stadium. They have done a tremendous job. The new field house, the new press box, it's fantastic, all of it.
Well, what's funny is back in the day, you think, well, we got a new field house about 25 years ago. And we thought, man, that thing is cool. We got a brand new weight room. Back then it was a weight room. Now it's the actual field house that they left it there and built another one just like it, just to the south of it. They look identical inside and out. And what a night it's going to be here at Bulldog Stadium. Once again, Howe, with the playing Munster, had never played Munster or the Catholic school which they're playing tonight, Munster Sacred Heart. But they have played a lot of Cook County teams. And I'll tell you what, Howe's been successful when going west. Playing Callisburg, Howe is 8-3 against Valley View. They're 7-4 against Lindsay, 4-1. Howe played the Gainesville B team and won 34-0. And also a few years back on the 2006-2007 schedule, played Gainesville State School and split in that two-game series and have a 1-1 record. So overall, against Cook County teams, have a tremendous winning record of 21-9. So lots of success there. We're going to take a quick timeout here on HoweEnterprise.com. We'll have the Coaches Show coming up next, and we will be back right after that.
Welcome to the Bulldogs Coaches Show, featuring Howe Athletic Director and Head Coach Zach Hudson.
All right, Coach, how about Friday night? Your defense looked absolutely amazing. With pitching a shutout, you got to be happy.
Absolutely. Anytime you put 0 on the board, it's always a good thing. I started off a little slow. We started 2 freshmen and I think 3 sophomores. The rest are juniors and 2 seniors. The seniors are on the back end, and they did a good job. They were a little nervous at first, kind of got settled in. When they got settled in, they played like we thought they would.
We talked to you about the new offense before the season and what you wanted to do, and a lot of it was that you wanted to control the game, and you did just that on Friday night.
We did. We had 370 yards of offense to their 77. We controlled the clock. I say it all the time. We can almost tell you what they're going to run due to the fact that they need some big hitters because they're scared they're not going to get the ball back. If we're within 5 minutes of the half or the end of the game, there's a chance they won't get the ball back. So, you can predict a lot of what they're doing. They're not going to try to ground and pound you. They're going to try to go for big plays because they need to score.
You talked earlier about some freshmen being out there on the field. It's a big transition from 8th grade football to varsity football. Did you have any nervous kids out there?
Absolutely. But our seniors were nervous too. So, the speed of the game kind of caught them by surprise a little bit because it's not a scrimmage, it's a game, and it still speeds up from there. So we knew they'd be able to handle it because they physically and mentally they can. So they were okay.
About the lightning delay, it kind of interrupted the flow of the game, it seemed like. And have you ever been a part of one of those before?
I have. I've actually had a game canceled because the delay got so bad. One of those things that good, solid teams overcome, and they come out like it never happened, and we did. I was pretty proud of them. We came out and played our game and never, missed a beat, and it never bothered us. So, that tells me our team is steady. No matter where we are in the game, that we're able to keep fighting. So.
Let's talk about tonight's game with Sacred Heart from Munster. Tap School last year had a pretty big quarterback. He was injured most of the season. He'll be back tonight. What do you expect to see from him?
He'll throw the ball all over the place, and he can run it a little bit. So they're a team that is predominantly very good, and it's going to be a good competition for us. And they beat Collinsville last week, so they're looking for another win, and they have some pretty good athletes on the edge. So it ought to be a very good test, and I think if we play hard, then we should be in the ball game and have a chance to win.
Bulldog Stadium tonight will be for the first time since the renovations that a varsity game will be played here. You got to be excited about that.
Oh, absolutely. Kids are excited. So as long as they stay excited, it makes us happy.
And I asked you earlier, I saw you, building some benches, and it seems like every time I come up here, you're always hammering on something or doing something. What are you going to do when all of this is finally completed?
Oh, it's never done. Grass always needs mowing and something needs fixing. So when you have about 180 kids using your facilities, something's always broke or something needs to be taken care of. So there's always something.
Abby's Restaurant is family owned and run. They have the cure for all your home cooking cravings. Chicken fried steak, loaded baked potato, bacon patty melt, grilled chicken salad, cheese fries, jalapeno stuffed peppers, and more. Don't forget to save room for that cheesecake and cobbler with ice cream. We know you're going to love the food and the service. Abby's Restaurant in downtown Howe. They're open from 11 to 8, Monday through Saturday. Give them a call, 903-487-8860. Abby's Restaurant.
If you can't see the difference, why pay the difference? Switch to Dish for a great deal. Only Dish offers free HD for 24 months and premium movie channels free for 3 months, including Blockbuster at home. Save a bundle when you combine DishNet high-speed internet with your TV service. Get more for less with Dish. Visit Cavender Home Theater, your Dish authorized retailer, or call 903-892-3499 for details. CavenderHT.com.
Welcome back to Bulldog Stadium. Monty Walker along with Michael Mosier and Stephen Braswell. Let's go over the starting lineups for Howe. We'll go over the offense first. At left tackle, Josh Griffin, a 6', 220-pound senior. At left guard, Charles Overbay, 5'10", 185-pound senior. At the center position, Tanner Hartsfield, 5'10", 180, and a sophomore. The right guard, Kiefer Rogers, 6', 225, and a senior. And the right tackle, a freshman, Clay Marshall, 5'10", 235. And the tight end, Matt Griffin, 6'4", 265, and a sophomore. At split end, if you'll call it that, here in this slot T offense, Caleb Ake, 6'1", 190 pounds, and a senior. The slot back, who scored on a 55-yard run last week against Bonham, Stratton Carroll, a 6', 180-pound junior. In the backfield at fullback for the Bulldogs, Anthony Hawthorne, 5'10", 175 senior. He had a 48-yard long run last week and also added a touchdown, the first one of the season. And Tyler Grisham, the running back tonight, 5'11", 200-pound sophomore. He caught the only pass last week for 9 yards and also ran for 100 on 16 carries. We'll go over the Bulldog defense real quick. Actually, Michael, why don't you go ahead and go over the Munster Sacred Heart Tiger defense.
All right, going to be starting at right cornerback, Will Boyd. Right end is going to be Hayden Schilling. Right tackle, Stephen Kessler. Left tackle, Jason Knabb. Left end, Grant Springer. Left cornerback, Brady Andrews. Weak side linebacker is going to be Darian Peterson. Middle linebacker, Aaron Davis. Strong linebacker, Tyler Spruill. Free safety, Isaac Waltershed. I'm assuming that's
They've got some great names over there.
And safety is Zachary Flush.
And on defense for the Howe Bulldogs, up front, the defensive end will be Joaquin Lopez, the senior, Joel Menjivar, the junior. The nose guard will be Tristan Stump Matthews, 5'9", 215, and a junior. And Ty Portman on the end, 5'10", 185, and a junior. The linebackers, Andrew Griffin, 5'9", 180, a freshman. The middle linebacker, another freshman, Dylan Moreau, 5'9", 190. And the outside linebacker, Tyler Grisham, a sophomore, 5'11", 200. We got to come up with a name for that group. Freshman, and sophomore linebacker tandem. Easton Ross, the cornerback on the left side, 5'10", 160-pound senior. He's the son of Brian Ross, the former great running back from Howe back in 1987. Quentin Harris, the other cornerback on the right side, 5'10", 175, and a senior. And at the strong safety position, Anthony Hawthorne, 5'10", 175, and a senior. And the weak safety, Dalton Felder, coming back from his cut over his right eye, or left eye rather, that he suffered last week. He's 5'8", 170, and a junior. And you can hear Leon Thornhill for the first time in a long time here at Bulldog Stadium.
Yeah, I wonder if Brian feels old when we talk about his senior son.
Maybe when we relate Brian Ross to 1987, maybe that might make him feel a little bit old.
Yeah, well, maybe. Well, he's not listening, so I think we're okay.
Hey, let's talk a little bit about Munster Sacred Heart. They're in the same district with Lake Country. Of course, they're a TAPS Division III, District 1, in the same district with Lake Country Christian, Sacred Heart, Temple Christian, Covenant Christian, Fellowship Academy, Lubbock Christian. How do you like that bus ride?
Yeah, that's a long ride.
Calvary Christian and San Jacinto Christian Academy.
I don't know. That San Jacinto, that may be a long ride. I don't know. I'm not really sure where that's at.
I would say they pay some heavy fuel fees at these schools when they go play some football.
Yeah, I'd say so. Oh, yeah. Look, Amarillo. Yeah, that's San Jacinto Christian Academy. That's a pretty good haul itself.
Now, when we talk about the Howe Bulldogs and their defense, of course, last week against Bonham had a shutout, and that's significant. It's the first shutout in quite some time for the Howe Bulldogs. But if you start talking about, is this team going to be a great defensive football team? And you think back, what are the great defensive football teams for Howe? And I did some research, and statistically, the best defense ever for the history of Howe was in 1946 when they gave up 1.90 points per game. Now you think, well, they just didn't score that many points back in those days. Well, think again, because the Bulldogs scored 232 that year, averaging 23 a game. So it's not that teams weren't scoring, it's just that Howe was really, really good that year. They went 9-0-1. And a matter of fact, the second best team was the team that went undefeated and unscored on in the regular season in 1945, and they ended up 8-1 because they lost a playoff game, but they gave up 19 points all year. Mike, check.
Yeah, we're back. We just went dead somewhere, though. Yeah, they must have tripped something over there, man.
Wow, it scared us for a moment. We thought we were off the air when something tripped up here. Now we do have we do have new press facilities, so you just never know when things can go awry. You know, they haven't really tested these breakers up here with everything plugged in, so this is kind of a perhaps a test. As you can still hear Leon. You know, he didn't take him long to get back in form, did it?
No, he's back.
Listen to this. He just.
You're also prohibited from using tobacco or tobacco products of any form.
There you go. That's Leon Thornhill against tobacco.
Cigarettes, cigars,
and you know, it's nice to have Leon back in the press box. It's nice to have Norman Dickey back up here. Some old familiar faces that a lot of Bulldog fans recognize, and the voices that they recognize. It's just pretty neat to have them up here.
Yeah, they've been here as long as I can remember. I did not, unfortunately, go to school in Howe. I grew up in Hannah, but my children have grown up in Howe. And I tell you, I definitely bleed black and white now. I'm proud to be from Howe.
Well, let's take a quick timeout. I think we're about to get ready for the national anthem, so let's take another quick 1-minute timeout, maybe 2 minutes. We'll be back in a moment with more Howe Bulldog football on HoweEnterprise.com.
For my family, life is a series of celebrations, from my newest born cousin to my grandmother. We all partake in births, weddings, and funerals. Wherever we celebrate, we need to feel welcome. That's why we choose Scoggins Funeral Home in Howe. Scoggins Funeral Home understands our needs. Talk to the caring staff at Scoggins Funeral Home. Call 903-532-5577 or visit ScogginsFuneralHome.com.
GCEC Wireless, located in Van Alstyne off of Exit 51, can help you with all your Verizon wireless needs. They have a wide range of products and services, including smartphones, wireless home and mobile internet, wireless home phone service, and accessories. They're also your local DirecTV dealer. So come on by or call them at 903-712-2355. That's GCEC Wireless. And go Bulldogs!
Think back to the best fried pie you've ever had. It won't compare to Sweetie Pies in Van Alstyne. They have handmade apricot, apple, peach, buttermilk, chocolate, coconut, and lemon fried pies that melt in your mouth. Located at 120 South Main Street in Van Alstyne on the east side of downtown. Give them a call at 903-712-PIES. That's 903-712-7437. Sweetie Pies can also make custom Howe cookies, muffins, and other baked goods.
It's way too hot for your vehicle's AC to go out? Head over to 4A Automotive in Howe for their special air conditioning service checkup for just $39.95. For over 10 years, they've provided the most reliable and dependable service and repairs in the area. 4A Automotive is a bumper-to-bumper service shop. They do it all, from autos to diesels, and they're front-end specialists too. So call 4A Automotive today at 903-546-0024. They're located 4 miles east of Howe at the corner of FM 902 and Luella Road.
And welcome back to Bulldog Stadium, where the crowd is waving the Bulldog sign for the Howe School song. Let's listen in. A festive atmosphere at Bulldog Stadium tonight as we open the new, if you want to call it that, Bulldog Stadium, as the renovations are complete. The new field house is in check. Both new field houses, because the old one got renovated. So it's just one of those nights. It's a special electricity in the air, and with the way the Howe Bulldogs played last week, the expectations, you can feel them getting a little bit higher going around this place, and lots of enthusiasm here in the stands as we see lots of old familiar faces here at Bulldog Stadium.
Yeah, this stadium's filled up pretty quick, too. Lots of familiar faces, but quite a few new faces as well.
We're about 8 minutes away from kickoff, as now you can hear the PAs. They try to test that PA. I believe that was the familiar voice of Robbie Seagroves. But it is Leon Thornhill on PA tonight, so if some of y'all think you hear a familiar voice over the PA, you do. We went over the starting lineups, and let's talk a little bit about head coach Zach Hudson for Howe. He's from Rockwall, Texas. His wife is Carrie. She's a former head volleyball coach. They have 2 kids, Kai and Bodie, age 7 and 4 respectively. Hudson is from Navarro College and then went to Texas A&M Commerce, where he played ball at both schools. Record here at Howe is now 4-7, as he's tied with his predecessor Joe Watson already in his second year here at Howe. He is the 25th head coach in Howe history. His coaching stops were at Garland Lakeview, where he got his first coaching job, and then went to Weimar as the defensive coordinator, went to LaGrange as the defensive coordinator, and then back to Weimar, where his wife is actually from. It's her hometown, and he was the head coach and athletic director there at Weimar, and that was where he was before coming here to Howe. And as we again are about 7 minutes away from kickoff, and that's Leon Thornhill's voice. We'll try to monitor that PA so it's not too loud for you. Over on the other side, the head coach for Sacred Heart is Dale Schilling. Now, he's 51-21 since 2008, and that's the thing about Sacred Heart. They do win. They've won for a long time. Now, are they on the same scale as far as enrollment and stuff like that with Howe? No, they're not. They only have about 78 kids in high school, so they're not as deep as Howe. But we found out last week Howe's not as deep as Bonham, and that really doesn't matter when you have a good product on the field. Last week, Sacred Heart defeated Collinsville 28-14. They have a quarterback in Kason Reeves, who is used to slinging it around. He went 16 for 28 last week for 256 yards and 3 touchdowns. He is 6'4", 190 pounds, and a junior. He started last year as a sophomore, but was injured after 4 games, so you really never got to see the complete package of what Kason Reeves could display. play. So he will throw the football around tonight, and his biggest target will be Brady Indries. He caught 5 passes last week for 99 yards and a touchdown. He's a big target at 6'3", 170 pounds, and he's a senior. But you'll also have, out of the slot, the coach's son, Hayden Schilling, 6 foot 210 and a senior. He also caught a touchdown pass last week, and he will be very active in tonight's football game.
Is it me, or are these kids getting bigger?
Yeah.
I mean, I don't ever remember facing, well, once or twice. I guess I was young enough and played against Anthony Lynn from Salina.
Hey, I think I got his autograph once.
He was a hoss, but everybody else, 6 foot 210, 6'4". These are pretty good sized boys.
These are pretty big kids, and you look at Howe, 6'4", 265, sophomore Matt Griffin. That's a beast.
Yeah, he's a grown man, and just think he's only a sophomore, so he's liable to grow a little bit more.
And a 235-pound freshman, a right tackle for Howe. You think about Howe, they're averaging 218 pounds on the offensive line. That is a very large line for a Class 3A school, and that's another thing we have to remember. They're not 2A anymore. With everybody bumping up, Howe goes to 3A instead of 2A. Same classification, everybody else moved up 2, but it is different. You have to get used to saying 3A now. On the other side of the football, the offensive line for Sacred Heart averages 188 pounds. Compare that to Bonham last week, who averaged 212 across the front line. So there's some big differences between the two teams that are playing tonight from last week. We're going to take a quick time out, and we'll go have some sponsors, and we want to say thanks to those sponsors to make this broadcast possible on HoweEnterprise.com.
All Bulldog fans to come down to the Sonic and Howe for half-price shakes after 8 and open until midnight. Home games only, where you get great food and big smiles. And a little message for all our Howe football players: go Bulldogs, fight, Bulldogs win, win, win. 'Cause it's not just good, it's Sonic good.
You're invited to the one and only Buck Snort Barbecue in downtown Van Alstyne, Texas. Your friends and neighbors say it's the best barbecue in North Texas. Now it's your turn to decide. Come taste the difference at Buck Snort Barbecue. For complete store information, including menu, location, and hours, click on bucksnortbarbecue.com. That's bucksnortbbq.com. Buck Snort Barbecue in downtown Van Alstyne is a proud supporter of the Howe Bulldogs. The Howe Athletic Booster Club invites you to become a supporter of the Howe Bulldogs.
And the type of kids we have, they're just hard workers and do anything you ask.
Memberships are $25 and will be available at all home games. All proceeds benefit high school and middle school athletic programs. Please join the Howe Athletic Booster Club in our efforts to support our hometown kids.
When people come here, it's something they can be proud of.
The Howe Enterprise has served Howe as the hometown news since 1963. Since then, the Bulldogs have won 8 district, 7 by-district, 3 area championships, and 1 regional title. We've seen 14 different head coaches during that time. The Howe Enterprise has been with the Bulldogs for 51 years. We were there when the Pride of Howe won 3 band state championships. HoweEnterprise.com publishes weekly on Mondays.
Your business has a story to tell. Let Fast Signs help you tell it using the right mix of visual communication solutions like signs, banners, digital displays, vehicle graphics, mobile marketing, and so much more. Give Fast Signs your business challenge, and we'll come up with a plan to grow your business, reach more customers, and accomplish more than you ever thought possible. Fast Signs. More than fast, more than signs.
Fast Signs Texoma, located at 1916 North Grand Avenue in Sherman, 903-893-SIGN.
Carrie.
And we led in prayer by high school students.
Well, welcome back to Bulldog Stadium as we get ready to pray.
Dear Lord, I just thank you for this day. I thank you for each and every player that you put on this field, the band members, every parent and fan in these stands that you would bless us with. I just pray that you let every player on this field get through this game safely, no injuries, and everyone get home safely. It's in your son's name I pray. Amen.
And now we prepare for the national anthem. And with that, it is football time in Texas. Once again, welcome to Bulldog Stadium. If you're just now joining us, you haven't missed anything yet. We're about to be underway as the Bulldogs came on the field in all black. The black helmets, black jerseys, black pants, black socks, black shoes, black everything, which is the tradition and custom here at Bulldog Stadium. They have already gone through the run-through, as Sacred Heart also has a pretty impressive little run through themselves, but I'm a little biased. I kind of like the Bulldog in the other end zone.
Yeah, I do too. That Bulldog looks good down there.
And Sacred Heart captains are on the field. They approach midfield. And Isaac Waltershed, along with Aaron Davis, and the quarterback Kason Reeves, and Hayden Schilling. For the Bulldogs, it'll be Joaquin Lopez, Easton Ross, Anthony Hawthorne, and Charles Overbay. And we'll check and see who will win the toss here, as they're all shaking hands at the center stripe. A big HB on the field, right in the painted middle on the field. It's a very nice look, black outlined in white. The officials are talking to Joaquin Lopez, the Howe quarterback, and we're about to have the coin toss. We'll tell you which way the Bulldogs are going to go. The coin is in the air. Talking to Joaquin Lopez.
Joaquin Lopez, number 10.
You know, looking down there, Monty, not only does the facility look good, but what do you think of those coaches and their uniform?
Well, I'll tell you what, they look hot wearing those pants. The Sacred Heart Tigers have won the toss. They have elected to receive, and they will get the football first. They will move left to right starting this football game, and Hal will get it in the second half. Let's take another quick timeout. We'll be back in a moment with more Howe Bulldogs football on HoweEnterprise.com.
Isaac Waltershed.
Carrie's Coffee Company in historic downtown Van Alstyne, next to the post office, is the new upscale coffee shop serving Van Alstyne, Howe, and surrounding areas. Carrie's Coffee Company offers a wide variety of organic coffee and non-coffee beverages and baked goods. Come visit Carrie's Coffee Company in downtown Van Alstyne, next to the post office, and mention this ad and get 50% off your first beverage. Open Monday through Friday, 5 a.m. to 2 p.m. and 7 a.m. on Saturdays. Carrie's Coffee Company is Texas quality.
Abby's Restaurant is family owned and run. They have the cure for all your home cooking cravings. Chicken fried steak, loaded baked potato, bacon patty melt, grilled chicken salad, cheese fries, jalapeno stuffed peppers, and more. Don't forget to save room for that cheesecake and cobbler with ice cream. We know you're going to love the food and the service. Abby's Restaurant in downtown Howe. They're open from 11 to 8, Monday through Saturday. Give them a call, 903-487-8860. Abby's Restaurant.
If you can't see the difference, why pay the difference? Switch to Dish for a great deal. Only Dish offers free HD for 24 months and premium movie channels free for 3 months, including Blockbuster at home. Save a bundle when you combine DishNet high-speed internet with your TV service. Get more for less with Dish. Visit Cavender Home Theater, your Dish authorized retailer, or call 903-892-3499 for details. CavenderHT.com.
Welcome back to Bulldog Stadium as Sacred Heart Tigers are on the field, lining up in kickoff return. And back deep for Sacred Heart will be Will Boyd, along with Isaac Waltershed doing the kicking for Howe. As always, and we say as always, it's the second game for the freshman, is the young man Bryce Honecker, 5'10", 185, and this young man could break every kicking record there is at Howe if he stays here. Transferred from Frisco a year ago, just after the football season. Was here long enough to play basketball, but here he is in a varsity uniform as a freshman. Moving right to left, he wants to kick it. Portman goes in motion, and it's a high pooch kick coming near side, caught and dropped by the up man, Daniel Hesse, 5'4", 135 junior. Had it hit his number 3 and went straight to the ground, but he was aware enough to just fall flat straight on it. And Sacred Heart will start from their own 33-yard line. So we start with 11:56 on the first quarter clock, and we're just underway. Spread formation for Sacred Heart and the Tigers. And it will be Reeves, shotgun. Wants to look right side, throws, has his man caught at the 40, upended at the 45-yard line. Brady Indries makes the catch. 6'3", 170, and a senior. He caught 5 for 99 and a touchdown last year. And Easton Ross makes the first tackle of the game for the Bulldogs.
First and 10 for the Tigers from their own 45.
It'll be first and 10 after the 12-yard gain. Ball rests at the 45 of Sacred Heart. Wants to throw again. Same play, same route, same catch. And about 10 yards there again for Indries, as already they're working on Easton Ross. And that'll bring up another first down. Call it an 11-yard gain, which will take the ball to the 44-yard line in Howe territory. Joaquin Lopez comes off the field, and that will bring on
Tanner Hartsfield
to take his place in a different formation for Howe. Slots on either side, wide receivers either side, shotgun, and this is going to be Reeves. Want to throw right side again, same man, caught Indries again at the 30, 3 for 3 on the pair from Reeves to Indries, and this time Anthony Hawthorne makes the stop. Another first down for Sacred Heart, and they are just moving on 3 plays to the 31-yard line, deep in Howe territory.
Yeah, these pass plays are, they've got to pull up a little bit and maybe pull in a little tighter, try to hold them up at the line a little bit.
They're playing man-to-man with Easton Ross on Indries, and this is going to be a handoff for the first time, and that's the first back through Will Boyd, who stands by himself in the backfield. And actually, it is Ty Portman who makes the stop, and up with the football for a moment was Dalton Felder, but he came up with it after the play. It will be a 2-yard loss on the carry, which will bring up second down and 12. .10:30 and rolling here in the first quarter, just underway. Sacred Heart on the march. This is Reeves rolling right, wants to throw down the field, and it is tipped away by the linebacker Tyler Grisham, who was in coverage but just barely got a fingertip on it to just deflect it a little bit.
And as we changed his name, and I assume his parents love it, Tristan Stump Matthews was on his way. That quarterback had to get rid of the ball in a hurry.
It is third down and 12 now for Sacred Heart with 10:18 left to go in the first quarter. This is a big play here for the Bulldogs. Need to hold here. Same formation. Slots either side, wide receivers either side, one man in the backfield. And Reeves wants to throw, and it is intercepted at the 25-yard line. Coming to the far side, and that is
Quentin Harris.
Quentin Harris on the interception, and a huge play right there for the Bulldogs, as that'll change possession And the Bulldogs will now be moving right to left after the big interception by Harris.
Yeah, Quentin just stepped back and just stayed home, and it just like it was meant for him to just be there.
So Howe will take over at their own 41-yard line. And we'll see that slot T offense that was good for 376 yards last week. Stratton Carroll goes in motion, and a handoff to Hawthorne. Bounces out of one tackle, bounces out of another one, has a lot of room, and he jumps up and down because he bounced out of bounds at about the 45-yard line in Sacred Heart territory. He was not going to be stopped, but the sideline got him.
Yeah, and again, on that side is Matt Griffin, Stratton Carroll. They were leading the way. Stratton goes in motion, comes around that end, and seals it off. And Anthony was he had plenty of room.
We'll give credit to Hayden Schilling on the tackle. They say he stepped out of bounds just shy of midfield, and that'll be an 8-yard gain. And here is Tyler Grisham, who runs for another 6 or 7 yards. That'll be a first down by a long shot, as that'll bring the ball into Sacred Heart territory at the 43-yard line. Schilling again on the stop for Sacred Heart, along with Brady Indries. A lot of these kids are going both ways here at a 3A school, and even Sacred Heart being what amounts to a 1A school. Lots of those kids are going both ways. Two-back set and a slot, and this is going to be Lopez keeping it.
I think he may have fumbled it on the snap. I think there might have been a bad snap there, but he recovered. So,
well, they will see the official. He was going to put it right down, and then he just, I'm going to move it back a little bit.
Why not?
I guess that's a judgment call there. It'll be second down and 11 with 9:18 left to go in the first quarter. No score here at Bulldog Stadium in the revamped press box and locker rooms. It's a great setting here at Bulldog Stadium tonight. Second down and 11, everybody tight. Lopez wants to keep it, wants to throw, backside, sacked! Back at the 47-yard line. And that's going to be the defensive tackle, Stephen Kessler, coming from his position on the right side. And it looked like if Lopez had time, he had a man wide open, but he just couldn't get there.
Third down.
That'll bring up third in a very long 11 situation. That's more than 11. That's I don't know who's running the scoreboard over there, Norman Dickey, but
that's
third and 20.
Pretty close. Yeah, there we go.
Third and 20, and this is slot T formation. And Lopez is going to carry. No, this is Hawthorne on the near side. He escapes and then is tackled right at about the line of scrimmage, came all the way from midfield, all the way to the near side. And some coaches are not happy with some blocking going on because Tyler Spruill was able to make the stop, and it'll bring up fourth down and punt situation for Howe at their own 47-yard line.
First down.
It'll be fourth and about 20 still, as Hawthorne was able to get back to the line of scrimmage. It'll be Quentin Harris back to punt. He'll stand at his own 35, and now a flag's down.
That's Charlie Overby back to punt.
Flag on the play.
You can hear Coach Zach Hudson telling his players, everybody come here, everybody come here. You got to be careful with this crowd mic we have. We can hear a lot of things down on the field.
We may hear something we don't want to hear. Although the folks at home might go, hey, well, I enjoy that.
Yeah, no score here at Bulldog Stadium as the timeout is on the field. We're going to take a quick one, too. We'll be back in a moment with more Howe Bulldog football on HoweEnterprise.com.
For my family, life is a series of celebrations, from my newest born cousin to my grandmother. We all partake in births, weddings, and funerals. Wherever we celebrate, we need to feel welcome. That's why we choose Scoggins Funeral Home in Howe. Scoggins Funeral Home understands our needs. Talk to the caring staff at Scoggins Funeral Home. Call 903-532-5577 or visit ScogginsFuneralHome.com.
Welcome back to Bulldog Stadium. Monty Walker along with Michael Mosier and Stephen Braswell. That's Overby wanting to punt this one away. He stands at his 35. A wobbly kick that's going to bounce at about the 26-yard line and be picked up by an up man there. Flag down as it is Walter Shedd who makes a pretty good return out to about the 40-yard line, but it was Hawthorne who brought him down. We'll see what the flag is. It's back at the 25-yard line.
There's a flag on the play down at the Tiger 25-yard line.
And officials still talking about it. Right now the ball is resting at the 37-yard line, and they're going to back this one up. Probably anytime on a return like that, it's usually a block below the waist or a block in the back. And I didn't see the official call, but this is a 15-yard variety. This is good news for the Howe Bulldogs. The ball will be resting at the 15-yard line.
Ball be started at the
Looked like he was blocking the back. He was laid back in the signal just now.
Blocking the back.
Yeah, it will be a block in the back. You can hear Leon Thornhill make the call there. As we have slots on either side, and this is going to be the quarterback, Reeves, wanting to throw the deep ball down the right side. His man Indries has it in his hands, and it goes in and out of those hands as Easton Ross was in coverage, but just a step behind Indries as they're really looking for injuries on just about every pass play, and there's another flag on the play.
Against the Tigers.
Was it holding it?
Yeah, it looks like it's going to be holding against Sacred Heart. So even more good news for the Bulldogs. That'll push them back a little further.
The old guy's got to bring his glasses out. Can you see that for?
So that'll bring up a first down and 20 situation with the ball now at the 5-yard line.
First and 20.
Reeves looking like he's going under center. And now the officials will once again call this one dead, and they're going to talk about it.
Whistle stops the play.
Well, while they're talking about it, what do you think about those bleachers sitting down there on the northeast side of the end zone? That looks like it's new. I noticed those last night.
You know, are those I think those are the baseball bleachers. They're doing some renovations to the baseball field as well. This entire complex is getting an overhaul as the baseball field is getting new dugouts. You see the center blocks over there. They're building those new dugouts. And then, of course, the softball field is being built on the north side of the baseball field. So, lots of good things happening here at the athletic complex and Bulldog Stadium. They're going to move the ball back out after the penalty. And it was 1st and 15 instead of 1st and 20. That'll be 2nd and 15 after it was Schilling on the carry from his slot position and brought down by the middle linebacker, Dylan Moreau.
That new softball field, that excites my daughter because she can just walk from the house to practice. She says, hey, I can just get somebody to drop me off and just walk over there.
Back to shotgun goes Reeves, looking right side again, under pressure, caught, nice catch across from the slot, and he's brought down almost immediately. That was Isaac Waltershed on the catch. About a 5-yard gain.
Ty Portman put pressure on that quarterback. He had an impressive game last week, and he's going to get better as the weeks go.
Dalton Felder on the stop for Howe, along with Dylan Moreau. Lots of underclassmen for the Bulldogs on the field. This is Reeves, wants to hand off near side, and that is Boyd running around the right end. It's kind of a sweep, but it's a toss. It's really a handoff as Portman stayed home and made the play, and it was only a minimal gain. It'll bring up 4th down and about 3, and Sacred Heart has the ball at their own 23-yard line.
4th down and about 3.
5:56 and rolling here in the first quarter. No score at Bulldog Stadium between Sacred Heart and the Howe Bulldogs. Punt formation, and Brady Indries will stand at his own 10-yard line to punt this one away. And it is Dalton Felder who will stand just inside the 45-yard line. It will bounce, roll up, and back towards Sacred Heart a yard, and will be killed right at the 48-yard line, just shy of midfield. Howe will be going right to left. And when they take possession here with 5:28 left to go in the first, no score.
We wonder sometimes who's listening. And I can tell you that we are being listened to at the University of North Texas.
Really?
Yeah, my son said, hey, I'm going to listen to you tonight. He's going to stay and go watch SMU in North Texas tomorrow, and he said, hey, I'm going to listen.
There you go.
So they got a room full of people, and they're probably either laughing at us or going, hey, they're doing a good job.
Well, hello, University of North Texas. How about them Eagles?
That's right.
Fighting Eagles.
Had a rough week last week, but tomorrow will be a pretty good game.
1st and 10 for Howe, moving right to left at the 48-yard line. Lopez hands off Hawthorne, left guard. He's got some running room. He's got lots of running room. He crosses the 45. Kissing goodbye. It is touchdown time in Texas. 52 yards for Anthony Hawthorne for pay dirt for the Howe Bulldogs.
Yeah, and that, you know, you just can't say enough. You can talk about them all night long. Those front four, they are doing a phenomenal job. They're opening those holes, and Anthony's hitting them, and just you know, he nothing but pay dirt.
Wow. Broke one tackle, and it was kiss him goodbye time at Bulldog Stadium.
Yeah, he went off the center and the left guard, Charlie Overby, and well, they just opened it up, and he was gone.
Honecker on for the PAT. Snap is back. It's on the tee. The kick is up, and the kick is good. 7-0. Howe leads with 5:16 left to go in the first quarter at Bulldog Stadium. We'll be back in a moment with more Howe Bulldogs football on HoweEnterprise.com.
GCEC Wireless, located in Van Alstyne off of Exit 51, can help you with all your Verizon wireless needs. They have a wide range of products and services, including smartphones, wireless home and mobile internet, wireless home phone service, and accessories. They're also your local DirecTV dealer. So come on by or call them at 903-712-2355. That's GCEC Wireless. And go Bulldogs!
Think back to the best fried pie you've ever had. It won't compare to Sweetie Pies in Van Alstyne. They have handmade apricot, apple, peach, buttermilk, chocolate, coconut, and lemon fried pies that melt in your mouth. Located at 120 South Main Street in Van Alstyne on the east side of downtown. Give them a call at 903-712-PIES. That's 903-712-7437. Sweetie Pies can also make custom Howe cookies, muffins, and other baked goods.
Welcome back to Bulldog Stadium. An electrifying 52-yard run by Anthony Hawthorne brings our first score of the game on the brand new scoreboard. We've mentioned everything else, but didn't even mention the scoreboard. It gets lit up for the first time, 7-0. Bulldogs on top. Honecker wants to boot this one away. Left side again, high, and this time caught by that up man who dropped it a moment ago, and he's drilled immediately, and the ball may have touched the ground, but Sacred Heart recovers, and on the return was Daniel Hesse, and on the stop was Levi Merzinski for Howe.
Yeah, he made him pretty hard. He wasn't going much past Levi.
Taylor, Michael Kerr.
So the ball will rest at the 29-yard line for Sacred Heart with 5:11 left to go in the first. Howe leading 7-0. And here's Reeves at quarterback. Shotgun formation, always looking right side, under pressure. Flag down and brought down in the backfield. Portman brings him down at about the 12 or 13-yard line. But let's check the flag.
You're going to have enough paper for what Ty Portman's going to do tonight?
Stephen Braswell says holding against the Tigers of Sacred Heart. And that, we've seen several penalties against Sacred Heart already tonight. We've seen pretty clean football. Knock on wood. I got to find some wood here. But the Howe Bulldogs have played pretty clean thus far in 2014.
Yeah, I think your holding call might have come because Tanner Hartfield was coming on a middle linebacker blitz. He was fixing to wear that quarterback out.
Howe declines the penalty. It'll be second down and 26 after the sack. Here goes left side. That is going to be Schilling, and he will be brought down by Andrew Griffin, among others, for the Bulldogs. And Quentin Harris over there as well. That'll bring up third and, again, about 26 for Sacred Heart as just moving backwards, and the Bulldogs defense looks pretty good.
It does. They look real good.
Again, 19 seconds on the play clock. No one really has had a threat to be going over that 40-second mark. And here's Reeves under pressure again. Throws it out right side, caught on the screen pass underneath, and that's his fullback, and that is Will Boyd, but nowhere to go for Boyd. He might have gained about 9, but not nearly enough for the first down as Ty Portman brings him down. That'll bring up 4th and about 16 yards for Sacred Heart. And injuries, I presume, will go in punt formation again. Dalton Felder, already back to return, stands at the 49-yard line, just shy of midfield. Injuries, the punter will stand at about the 8-yard line for Sacred Heart. It is a high snap, brings it down. An end-over-end kick will bounce just shy of midfield. Now roll over midfield, and will be down by Will Boyd. So Howe will start at their own 46-yard line with 3:21 left to go in the first, leading Sacred Heart 7-0.
7-yard line, 1st and 10.
Waiting on Howe to come back out on offense. It'll be 1st and 10. Sacred Heart in white uniforms, red helmets with white face masks, red numbers, and red sleeves on those white jerseys with the white numbers on the sleeve, white pants, white socks. And this is going to be Stratton Carroll on the reverse, and he's got running room and brought down after a first down inside Sacred Heart territory to the 37-yard line.
Yeah, he was brought down shoestring tackle.
He is going to be brought down by Schilling for the Sacred Heart Tigers, but not after another first down for Howe as they're rolling now. Quick snap, and this is going to be Stratton Carroll again on the right side, and again about 11 or 12 yards on the carry, just wearing out the right side on that slot reverse.
Brady Ingraves making the stop for the Tigers.
So injuries on the stop, another first down, and now, Howe coming up and getting on the ball in a hurry, and Sacred Heart says, hey, we need some more time. Let's talk about this. Timeout on the field. We'll take one, too. Back in a moment with more Howe Bulldogs football on HoweEnterprise.com.
It's way too hot for your vehicle's AC to go out. Head over to 4A Automotive in Howe for their special air conditioning service checkup for just $39.95. For over 10 years, they've provided the most reliable and dependable service and repairs in the area. 4A Automotive is a bumper-to-bumper service shop. They do it all, from autos to diesels, and they're front-end specialists too. So call 4A Automotive today at 903-546-0024. They're located 4 miles east of Howe at the corner of FM 902 and Luella Road.
Calling all Bulldog fans to come down to the Sonic in Howe for half-price shakes after 8 and open until midnight. Home games only, where you get great food and big smiles. And a little message for all our Howe football players: go Bulldogs, fight, Bulldogs win, win, win. 'Cause it's not just good, it's Sonic good.
Welcome back to Bulldog Stadium. Kwani Walker along with Michael Mosier and Stephen Braswell. And Lopez is going to hand to Hawthorne, coming near side, looking for a block, gets one from Tyler Grisham, turns the corner and out of bounds at about the 7-yard line.
Yeah, that Bulldog offense, they're shutting those ends and cornerbacks out. And then just opening those lanes up for those guys to run, and Anthony's taking full advantage.
The Tigers 6-yard line.
Bulldogs doing whatever they want to right now, running the football. As Hawthorne came near side, Carroll went far side a moment ago, and now it's 1st and goal. Carroll in motion, handoff Hawthorne running right side, breaks a tackle, skips over, and into the end zone. It's touchdown time in Texas. Anthony Hawthorne on his second touchdown of the night brings our new score 13-0, awaiting the PAT with 2:48 left to go in the first quarter.
Yeah, the entire right side of the Bulldog offensive line, Kiefer Rogers, Clay Marshall, Matt Griffin, sealing those ends off. You seal that end off, and Anthony can get to it. He's going to the house.
So with 2:48 left to go in the first, we await the PAT from freshman Bryce Honecker. As Hawthorne just breaking tackles left and right. It's on the tee. The kick is up. And the kick is good. 14-0. Howe leads with 2:48 left to go in the first. We'll be back in a moment with more Howe Bulldog football on HoweEnterprise.com.
You're invited to the one and only Buck Snort Barbecue in downtown Van Alstyne, Texas. Your friends and neighbors say it's the best barbecue in North Texas. Now it's your turn to decide. Come taste the difference at Buck Snort Barbecue. For complete store information, including menu, location, and hours, click on bucksnortbarbecue.com. That's bucksnortbbq.com. Buck Snort Barbecue in downtown Van Alstyne is a proud supporter of the Howe Bulldogs. The Howe Athletic Booster Club invites you to become a supporter of the Howe Bulldogs.
The type of kids we have, they're just hard workers and do anything you ask.
Memberships are $25 and will be available at all home games. All proceeds benefit high school and middle school athletic programs. Please join the Howe Athletic Booster Club in our efforts to support our hometown kids.
When people come here, you know, it's something they can be proud of.
Welcome back to Bulldog Stadium. Monty Walker along with Michael Mosier and Stephen Braswell. And at that time, it was a 53-yard drive from the Howe Bulldogs, capped off with a 5-yard touchdown by Anthony Hawthorne, his second of the night. And Howe now leads 14-0. So Howe scored on a 52-yard drive, a one-play 52-yard drive with Anthony Hawthorne's touchdown run, and then now a 53-yard drive. Here is the catch. It's caught and dropped again, but picked up this time by Zachary Flush, and he'll bring the ball up to the 40-yard line on the kickoff, on the SAP Quality Consulting kickoff.
Jacob Taylor made a good hit, a good stop on that return. You know, I was watching here, Monty, as we were coming back, they were passing their helmet with that new fundraiser for the Bulldogs every time they score. They may have to get a bigger helmet.
Yeah, I like that new fundraiser that they're doing too. You might know something about that, being a Booster Club president.
Little bit.
Here's Reeves throwing left side for the first time. Another flag down. It's caught by Schilling at the 45-yard line, brought down immediately by Moreau and others.
Looks like Andrew Griffin and Quentin Harris.
Yeah. But we'll check the flag as it was thrown about the line of scrimmage. Usually that's not good news for Sacred Heart, as that's normally a holding call. And it is holding. And it gets Sacred Heart. 2:37 left to go in the first quarter. 14-0, Howe in the lead. To recap this game for you, it was Sacred Heart who started out first, and it was intercepted by Quentin Harris, and then Howe punted, and then Sacred Heart punted, and then Anthony Hawthorne scored on a 52-yard run. Sacred Heart got it back, punted again, and Howe got it back, went 53 yards. Hawthorne scored again. Here's Reeves rolling out in motion, running out for his life, throws it down the field, has a man. Schilling caught at the 43-yard line, and that'll be a huge first down for Sacred Heart, and a big play there, as in coverage was Andrew Griffin. But not everyone is moving. They will call it incomplete. He must have been juggling the ball. Stephen Braswell tells me that was kind of moving that ball around, and it was not a clean catch. So scratch that. It'll be second down and 20 for Sacred Heart from their own 30 instead of in Bulldog territory about the 40-yard line. So a big drop there. Two slots. Actually, Schilling's in tight, and Reeves wants to roll right side. Quick hitter. and it's caught there. Walter Shedd makes the catch and is brought down at the 35-yard line, and he is brought down almost immediately after making the catch by Felder, and that'll bring up third down and about 15 for Sacred Heart. Not much doing since the opening drive, Michael, as it was Reeves and injuries just back and forth. 3 consecutive plays picking on Ross over here, but ever since then, they've gone backwards.
Yeah, they have. And you look out there, and these guys are going both ways for Sacred Heart. They're hanging their head. They're a little winded just because of Howe's speed and how they're moving the ball.
This is Reeves wanting to throw right side under pressure. Escapes a defender, throws it out right side. Schilling makes the catch just shy of midfield and is going to be very close to a first down. He might have extended over as Felder was on him right as he caught the ball, and it's going to be very, very close to a first down. It was third and about 16 there.
Yep, they're going to move the chains.
First down for Sacred Heart. That's hard to swallow because Reeves did a great job just to get away.
Yeah, they had him in the backfield and he just slipped away.
So that'll bring up first and 10 for Sacred Heart as we're just about to hit the 1 minute mark here in the first quarter. 14-0, Howe in the lead. Moving left to right. And looks like the play clock went under 40 seconds. I'm not sure if a timeout was called or not. Looks like a timeout was called. We'll take one too. 14-0, Howe in the lead. Back in a moment with more Howe Bulldogs football on HoweEnterprise.com.
The Howe Enterprise has served Howe as the hometown news since 1963. Since then, the Bulldogs have won 8 district, 7 by-district, 3 area championships, and 1 regional title. We've seen 14 different head coaches during that time. The Howe Enterprise has been with the Bulldogs for 51 years. We were there when the Pride of Howe won 3 band state championships. HoweEnterprise.com publishes weekly on Mondays.
Your business has a story to tell. Let Fast Signs help you tell it using the right mix of visual communication solutions like signs, banners, digital displays, vehicle graphics, mobile marketing, and so much more. Give Fast Signs your business challenge and we'll come up with a plan to grow your business, reach more customers, and accomplish more than you ever thought possible. Fast Signs. More than fast, more than signs.
Fast Signs Texoma, located at 1916 North Grand Avenue in Sherman, 903-893-SIGN.
Carrie.
Looks like we're having Sacred Heart. We're having our first official problem with the 40-second clock. It got them on that. They called timeout with 1 second left.
So it's still first and 10 as we're back at Bulldog Stadium. Just under 1 minute to go in the first quarter. Under center, and this is Will Boyd with lots of room up the middle, breaking tackles, and brought down by the linebacker Hunter Morrow. But a big gainer there for Sacred Heart, deep into Howe territory at the 34-yard line.
Spotted at the Bulldog 34.
He wouldn't.
First and 10, 48 seconds.
And we're about 40 seconds left in the first quarter. First and 10 as Reeves, shotgun, looks left side, throws out, slings it out, and it's caught and good for about 5 yards. Schilling on the catch.
Griffin made the tackle.
And that'll bring up a second down and about 4 as we may or may not get another playoff here in the first quarter. 16 on the clock and rolling. And Sacred Heart not really in hustle formation here as 7, 6. Yeah, I guess they're going to get it off. Shotgun. Reeves pumps, looks left side, throws deep down the field, has a man, and it is in and out of his hands. Incomplete. Will bring up 3rd and 4 when we come back. That is the end of the first quarter. Howe leads 14-0 here at Bulldog Stadium. We'll be back in a moment with, whoa, we got a flag on the play? Oh, we had an injured man. Okay. We'll be back in a moment with more Howe Bulldog football on HoweEnterprise.com.
Coffee Company in historic downtown Van Alstyne, next to the post office, is the new upscale coffee shop serving Van Alstyne, Howe, and surrounding areas. Carrie's Coffee Company offers a wide variety of organic coffee and non-coffee beverages and baked goods. Come visit Carrie's Coffee Company in downtown Van Alstyne, next to the post office, and mention this ad and get 50% off your first beverage. Open Monday through Friday, 5 a.m. to 2 p.m. and 7 a.m. on Saturdays. Carrie's Coffee Company is Texas quality.
Abby's Restaurant is family owned and run. They have the cure for all your home cooking cravings. Chicken fried steak, loaded baked potato, bacon patty melt, grilled chicken salad, cheese fries, jalapeno stuffed peppers, and more. Don't forget to save room for that cheesecake and cobbler with ice cream. We know you're going to love the food and the service. Abby's Restaurant in downtown Howe. They're open from 11 to 8, Monday through Saturday. Give them a call, 903-487-8860. Abby's Restaurant.
Welcome back to Bulldog Stadium, and thank you for listening tonight to HoweEnterprise.com as we switch sides of the field, and Sacred Heart will now be moving from right to left. Those of you that are familiar with this stadium, or Sacred Heart is moving towards that baseball field on the north side of the complex. It will be 3rd and 4. And under center goes Reeves. We don't see this very often. Usually when he does, he tosses it, and he does. Toss right side, Will Boyd. Looking for that corner. He's got close to the first down as Easton Ross brings him down, maybe right at the first down stick. We'll see. It'll be 4th down and a yard. Big play here for the Bulldogs.
Yeah, we'll see how this pans out. They'll step up. They'll shut them down.
11:29 and rolling in the second quarter. 14-0. Howe in the lead. Looking for a big stand here on 4th down. Sacred Heart has capitalized on big conversions on this drive, and it'll be a toss left side. Will Boyd has the first down and more. Escapes 2 defenders inside the 15 down to about the 14-yard line, and that's where Sacred Heart will set up for a new first down right at the 14 as Anthony Hawthorne makes the stop for Howe.
Yeah, Sacred Heart running that spread offense, gets them spread out here, and they just shut these guys out where they can't get back in and stop that sweep.
And Reeves and injuries talking a little bit on the field. You can imagine those two guys talking about something as they're walking back to the huddle. I would imagine that's probably coming his way.
Yeah, I would venture to bet.
Injury spread out wide right. Reeves looks that way, wants to throw, and it is caught and dropped by the slot receiver Waltershed, and it'll bring up 2nd down and 10 for Sacred Heart. 10:40 left to go in the second quarter. Howe leading 14-0. Pretty good start for Howe, and a pretty nice crowd here at Bulldog Stadium on opening night. Lots of varsity cheerleaders this year.
Yes, there are. They got, 15, 16?
15 varsity cheerleaders. Wow.
Yeah, that's a big group.
2 slots, 2 receivers. Will Boyd in the backfield. Reeves wants to throw right side, looking across. Wide open in the end zone is injuries. Touchdown, Sacred Heart.
Yeah, they talked about it the first play, and they run it the second play. He was wide open. He never took his eyes off of him. As soon as he left the line of scrimmage, he followed him all the way across.
Well, that's the first points Howe's given up all year long, and it was a 14-yard touchdown pass from Reeves to Injuries. They've been working it all night long, and they worked it right there as Injuries just ran a crossing route right to the middle of the end zone, and Reeves hit him in stride. Going for 2 here. Reeves looking left side, under pressure, throws it out, and it's caught for the 2-point conversion. Zachary Flush. And now, Sacred Heart's making it a football game here in the second quarter. We're going to be back in just a moment with more Howe Bulldogs football as they lead. Howe leads 14-8. Back in a moment on HoweEnterprise.com.
If you can't see the difference, why pay the difference? Switch to Dish for a great deal. Only Dish offers free HD for 24 months and premium movie channels free for 3 months, including Blockbuster at home. Save a bundle when you combine DishNet high-speed internet with your TV service. Get more for less with Dish. Visit Cavender Home Theater, your Dish authorized retailer, or call 903-892-3499 for details. CavenderHT.com.
For my family, life is a series of celebrations, from my newest born cousin to my grandmother. We all partake in births, weddings, and funerals. Wherever we celebrate, we need to feel welcome. That's why we choose Scoggins Funeral Home in Howe. Scoggins Funeral Home understands our needs. Talk to the caring staff at Scoggins Funeral Home. Call 903-532-5577 or visit ScogginsFuneralHome.com.
Welcome back to Bulldog Stadium. Marty Walker along with Michael Mosier and Stephen Braswell, as lots of third down conversions on that drive for Sacred Heart. Several times Howe had them backed up, pinned up, and boy, the Tigers of Sacred Heart just got away several times on that drive. It ended up being a 14-yard touchdown from Reeves to Endries, and the 2-point conversion from Reeves to Flush. It brings our score 14-8. Howe in the lead.
You know, and it's you look out there and Endries just scored the touchdown. Well, he's fixing to kick off now. So the fun of small-town Texas football.
It'll be taken by Stratton Carroll at the 25-yard line and brought down as he crosses the 30 to the 31-yard line, and that's where Howe will start at their own 31-yard line, moving left to right.
Out of bounds by Julian Hesse. Number 72.
As Sacred Heart comes out on the field in defense, Howe still talking it over on the sidelines as offensive coordinator Dale West had his headphones off, telling something to the guys, and puts his headphones on and tells them to get out there. Everybody tight. Hawthorne in the backfield, and Tyler Grisham's going to get the carry left side. Lots of room, good for about 5, 6, 7, maybe 8 yards on first down, as really the Bulldogs are just able to manhandle the front line of Sacred Heart so far in this football game.
Yeah, you know, we're getting pretty close to, this time last week we had our lightning delay. Looks like this time we're going to have a full moon. It
was about 6 minutes to go in the second quarter when everything stopped.
It looks like I think we're going to survive tonight.
I hope so. Grant Springer on the stop there for Sacred Hearts. Howe comes back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd down and 1, as Lopez is going to keep it under center and pushes forward. I believe he had enough forward progress for the first down, but immediately was hit. And I believe that was Springer again. And boy, Springer got him around the collar and just threw him backwards, but Lopez got enough for the first down. Bringing in the play for Howe will be Michael Kerr, 6'1", 170 junior. And he'll be the tight end on the left side here. Grisham and Hawthorne in the backfield. Stratton Carroll goes in motion from right to left. Hand off Hawthorne, left guard. Has his feet brought out from underneath him at the line, about 2 yards past the line of scrimmage to bring up 2nd down. Well, they got him a pretty good spot there, about 4 yards, and brought down by Walter Shed. That'll bring up 2nd down at about 6. And now Caleb Ake will bring the play in for Howe.
Down 6 yards, lead.
And the familiar voice of Leon Thornhill you can hear over the PA. What a nice sound that is here at Bulldog Stadium. 2nd down and 6. Carroll goes in motion from left to right. Hand off Hawthorne. Pitch out to Carroll. Lots of room. 45. He's got the 40. He's got the 30 and pushed out of bounds at the 25-yard line. Yeah. What a great fake that was. Faked me out.
Fantastic block by Tyler Grisham out here. Took 2 guys out and give Stratton that open line. He got about another 10, 15 yards out of it.
Luckily for Sacred Heart, the safety from the other side of the field came over and made the stop. That was Zachary Flush from all the way over And Howe has a first down at the Sacred Heart 25-yard line. Everybody tight. This is going to be a handoff. Grisham, left guard. Bowles, one man over. Look out. Kiss him goodbye. Touchdown time in Texas, Tyler Grisham.
Yeah, he was met in the backfield by Tyler Sproul, and he held him for just a second. But again, that Howe offensive line, those guys are showing no mercy. They're opening them holes, and those guys are filling them.
Grisham from 25 yards out. And Howe leads 20-8, awaiting this PAT with 8:29 left to go before half. The SAP Quality Consulting half.
Monty, Bryce makes his field goal. That'll make him a perfect 5 for 5.
Oh, you said it. You said it. And the kick is up, and the kick is good. 21-8. Howe leads with 8:29 left to go in the second quarter. We'll be back in a moment with more Howe Bulldog football on HoweEnterprise.com.
GCEC Wireless, located in Van Alstyne off of Exit 51, can help you with all your Verizon wireless needs. They have a wide range of products and services, including smartphones, wireless home and mobile internet, wireless home phone service, and accessories. They're also your local DirecTV dealer. So come on by or call them at 903-712-2355. That's GCEC Wireless. And go Bulldogs!
Think back to the best fried pie you've ever had. It won't compare to Sweetie Pies in Van Alstyne. They have handmade apricot, apple, peach, buttermilk, chocolate, coconut, and lemon fried pies that melt in your mouth. Located at 120 South Main Street in Van Alstyne on the east side of downtown. Give them a call at 903-712-PIES. That's 903-712-7437. Sweetie Pies can also make custom Howe cookies, muffins, and other baked goods.
Welcome back to Bulldog Stadium. Monty Walker along with Michael Mosier and Stephen Braswell. Howe on a 69-yard drive, and it was Tyler Grisham who took it in from the 25-yard line. And Howe now leads 21-8 with 8:29 left to go in the second quarter. Honecker boots this one away. It's going to be taken and dropped again, and picking up by Walter Shedd and brought down at the 30-yard line. So Howe, Ty Portman brings him down 21-8 as Sacred Heart will take over at their own 31-yard line, moving right to left. And again, having trouble on those kickoffs, just can't bring them in. It hits off their numbers, hits the turf, and then they have to pick it up. And that's a killer when you have to do that.
Yeah, and you gotta, when it's bouncing around out there, you're not paying attention. It makes it tough.
This is Reeves looking out left side, and he is immediately hit by Quentin Harris. Great play there, as the target was Zachary Flush, but as soon as Flush's hands above his head got on the football, he was destroyed by Harris. A nice play there from the cornerback.
Yeah, when the hat goes down and the headphones come off, and Coach Hudson's he's carrying on and laughing and clapping, and that's what he likes to see.
Hudson looking for his 5th win in his 2nd season here at Howe. Things are turning in a hurry. Reeves, about a 5-step drop, wants to throw the screen pass out to Boyd. It's dropped behind the line of scrimmage, and Boyd will fall on it. It'll be a loss, or will they call that a forward pass? And it'll bring up 3rd and 10 with 8:14 left to go in the second. 21-8. Howe in the lead here at Bulldog Stadium. They will spot that at the 31-yard line, the original line of scrimmage.
Monty, I was watching this Coach West down here with his offensive line. He pulls them here to the side and gets them all in front of him. He talks to them. He's just a passion. He shows a great deal of respect for him, and those kids show respect to him.
3 receivers right side for the first time tonight. Reeves looks down the field that way, and it is caught. A great catch by Indries, just shy of midfield at the 47-yard line, or 46 rather. Man, what a catch. He had some space. He had to go down to a knee to make the catch, but he did. Easton Ross in coverage and made the stop, but not after the big first down pickup by Sacred Heart.
Yeah, Indries, he gets out there And you can always tell when it's going to him. That quarterback never takes his eyes off of him.
1st and 10, Sacred Heart, right to left, 7:55 before half. The SAP Quality Consulting halftime show. And this is going to be Reeves looking down the middle, has injuries again, makes the catch at the 35. This young man can catch the football, and another first down for Sacred Heart.
Yeah, he sure can. Stop was made by Dalton Felder.
You know, we might see this kid play on Saturday. This Brady Indries. Remember that name. He's 6'3", 170, and a senior. He plays a lot bigger than 170. As man, he can sure catch the football.
He can. He's been put in position to where it's been pretty tough to catch, and he's come down with it.
Reeves wants to throw right side over the middle. Indries makes the catch again at the 20-yard line. Another first down. And it'll be Merzinski on the stop for Howe this time.
Levi Merzinski makes the stop. Flag on the play.
Yeah, Indries took a pretty good shot that time, coming across the middle after he made the catch.
Personal foul, blocking below the waist against Sacred Heart.
Boy, they just can't catch a break.
I believe that was the call. Or is it against Howe? It was a personal foul. Yep, it's against Howe. They will move the ball. This is a rather large penalty.
Yeah, it puts them down just inside the 10.
Right at the
11-yard line of the ball.
11-yard line.
1st and 10 for the Tigers.
Yeah, this is a pretty costly penalty right there. 7:18 left to go before the half. And now Reeves will go under center. That means they run. And they do hand off to Boyd up the middle, has running room, and he has a touchdown. 11-yard touchdown for Will Boyd. And Sacred Heart just will not go away.
You know, he went right up the middle there, looked like untouched.
Well, 7:06 left to go before the half. And Sacred Heart has cut the lead 21-14. Awaiting this PAT, or will they go for 2 again? And it looks like they will go for 2 again. Reeves, shotgun formation, will want to throw here. Looks like right side. Indries. Very easy, Aikman to Irvin like, for the 2-point conversion on the quick end. And that brings our score 21-16 at Bulldog Stadium. 7:06 left to go before the half. Back in a moment on HoweEnterprise.com.
It's way too hot for your vehicle's AC to go out. Head over to 4A Automotive in Howe for their special air conditioning service checkup for just $39.95. For over 10 years, they've provided the most reliable and dependable service and repairs in the area. 4A Automotive is a bumper-to-bumper service shop. They do it all, from autos to diesels, and they're front-end specialists too. So call 4A Automotive today at 903-546-0024. They're located 4 miles east of Howe at the corner of FM 902 and Luella Road.
Calling all Bulldog fans to come down to the Sonic in Howe for half-price shakes after 8 and open until midnight. Home games only, where you get great food and big smiles. And a little message for all our Howe football players: go Bulldogs, fight Bulldogs, win, win, win. 'Cause it's not just good, it's Sonic good.
Welcome back to Bulldog Stadium. Monty Walker along with Michael Mosier and Stephen Braswell. 7:06 left to go in the second quarter. 21-16. Howe in the lead, but Sacred Heart will not go away. That was a 69-yard drive of their own, as Howe had a 69-yard drive, and Sacred Heart answered right back with their own 69-yard drive. Will Boyd capped it off with an 11-yard touchdown. And the ball is in the air on the kickoff. Stratton Carroll takes it again, crosses the 30, crosses 35, up to the 40, hanging on to the football, still fighting, crosses the 45 to the 46-yard line, and a flag comes in late. We'll have to check that, but right now the ball sits at the 46-yard line. Howe will take over, moving left to right, with 6:57 left to go before the SAP Quality Consulting halftime show.
Blocked in the back against the Bulldogs.
And you probably heard Leon Thornhill right there indicate that it was a block in the back against the Bulldogs.
First and 10.
So now, instead of starting at the 46, the Bulldogs will start at their own 36.
Well, and looks like I just got the official word from North Texas. We sound good.
Oh, good.
Hey,
good.
Actually, sound great.
Great.
We sound great. That's awesome.
Thank you, North Texas Eagles.
That's right.
And a young man by the name of Mosier.
Yep, he's loving it over there.
He was a pretty good football player himself over here at Bulldog Stadium once upon a time.
Yeah, sure he was.
Not long ago. Here's Hawthorne, left side, looking for the corner, and is going to get about 8 or 9 yards on first down as he just strolls over left side looking for some blockers and got enough room to pick up a big chunk of yardage for that first down. And it's going to be the cornerback, Brady Indris, the also wide receiver, who made the stop there to push Hawthorne out of bounds. With 6:49 left to go in the first, it'll bring up second down and 2. So give Hawthorne 8 yards on the carry. Quentin Harris comes into the game for Howe as Caleb Ake will check out.
You know, these linemen are not only big, we're averaging 218. They can move too.
Lopez, handoff Hawthorne, right side. Not much doing there. Maybe a yard and a half. It's going to bring up a third and very short for the Howe Bulldogs.
And Hawthorne on the carry.
That'll be
close to the first down.
Sproul and Nobby on the stop for Sacred Heart.
Yeah, it looks like we got an official timeout. I'm not real sure. I think Mr. Matt Griffin might have been taking his guy to Van Alstyne for ice cream. They were down here on the 40-yard line locked up together. That's moving your guy out of the way.
They're going to pull the chains here on third and very short. I'm not sure how got it. I don't have a really good look at it, but they're going to pull it tight and see. Lopez is standing right there. He'll be able to tell you.
It's going to be close.
Pulling that chain as tight as they can. And it is
first down.
Barely a first down. And that, you got to think, the way Howe moves the ball, if they don't score too quickly, because Howe tends to keep the ball a very long time unless they score very, very quickly, which has been the case at times tonight with their 21 points. Last week, when Howe got the football, they kept it for basically 6 minutes or even a whole quarter.
Yeah, that first quarter they went, 8, almost 9?
Yeah.
That's this new offense, they just, slow and steady.
First and 10, left to right. Howe comes to the line of scrimmage. Switch to strong side. Caleb Ake comes near side as a split in. Everybody tight. And this is going to be a handoff. Stratton Carroll left side. He's got some room. Look out. He's got the 40 and dragged down at the 38-yard line after a big gainer and another first down. About a 12 or 13-yard gain. And it'll be brought down by Walter Shedd, the safety.
I don't know. I grew up in the 80s. Slow and steady wins the game is how we used to look at it.
Same here.
Ball spotted at the Tigers 37.
Yeah, as a matter of fact, on this same field, Howe ran the wing tee back in the mid and late 80s and had the most success in school history, in recent history, unless you go back to the 40s and 30s when they were dominant. But it's first and 10 here for Howe. Handoff, right side. A new running back into the game is Felder, and he'll pick up 6 yards to the 31-yard line.
Yeah, it looked like Anthony needs to take just a little breather. He's over here getting him a drink of water. Looks like he's putting his helmet back on, fixing to head back out.
I want to say hello to some friends in Maryland, former alumni who are listening to the broadcast here at HoweEnterprise.com. Former Bulldog player Brooks Foster, who has one of the very longest runs in school history, a 96-yarder. I believe that's the top 3 in school history. Hello, Brooks Foster. Second down and about 4 for Howe. Lopez fakes, and he's going to keep it right over center. Has enough for the first down. And again, Howe just chewing up clock right at the 5-minute mark, right before the SAP Quality Consulting halftime show. On the stop for Sacred Hearts, the middle linebacker, Aaron Davis.
Yeah, these running backs need to show their linemen some love. These guys are opening them up. They're looking good.
And you got to think about the defense of Sacred Heart. They're out there so much, and the front line are on their knee, and I know they do that every play, but they got to be thankful that they get to take a knee out there, because I'm sure those guys are gassed.
Oh, they have to be.
1st and 10, Lopez hands off. Tyler Grisham, left side for about 4 yards. Bring up 2nd down and 6, as again, we hit the 4:30 mark right before half. Hal trying to punch it in, but not too quickly. And on the tackle, Tyler Spruill, the 5'10", 185 junior linebacker.
2nd down and 6 for the Bulldogs.
You look across, though, Sacred Heart's got, they got a pretty good group standing over on the sidelines. And, some of these guys, they may have to start using them, give these other guys some breaks.
2nd down and 6, 4:03 and rolling. Lopez wants to keep it right side, wants to throw the football. No one there, so he keeps it left side. Looking for the corner. Now cuts it up. Going to be shy of the 1st down, but does gain maybe 2 or 3 yards. They'll bring up 3rd and possibly 3 for a 1st down here. And even though Hal has that great kicker in Honaker, Dale West loves to go for it on 4th down situations, and you wonder what will happen here if they don't get this 1st down on 3rd. Aaron Davis again on the stop for Sacred Heart.
Hal's got so many weapons now. There's so many things they can do with this offense. They can, they can run the ball, they can pass the ball, they can flip the ball.
Everybody tight right here. Lopez under center. He gives it to Carroll, running on the reverse, and he does pick up the 1st down, so we don't have to wonder just yet about a decision with Honaker or a 4th down situation, because it is 1st and goal for Howe. The ball will be rested right at the 10-yard line.
Isaac Waltershed made the stop.
We are at the 3-minute mark before the half. Caleb Ake will bring in the play. His father, Ricky Ake, longtime trainer, 26th season here in Howe, still on the sidelines.
Yeah, I was going to make mention of that.
Carroll in motion. Lopez hands off up the middle. Anthony Hawthorne, and he drags a couple of defenders towards the goal line to the 5. About a 5-yard gain for Hawthorne. Will bring up 2nd and goal from the 5.
It looks like Ricky's oldest son, Caleb, may be assisting, or Colby, may be assisting, maybe what he's going to school for.
Aaron Davis and Isaac Waltershed on the stop there for Sacred Heart. As we are 2 minutes and 14 seconds away from half. Hal leads 21-16. Looking for more right here at the 5-yard line. Stratton Carroll in motion. Lopez is going to somehow get it off up the middle. Anthony Hawthorne is in for the touchdown. 5-yard touchdown, and it is touchdown time in Texas for the Howe Bulldogs.
Looks like we've got 2 players down. We've got a Sacred Heart guy down. Looks like they may have just been tangled together.
Well, Hawthorne, for the 3rd time tonight, punches it in.
Looks like, Monty, we've lost a light across on the other side, north side.
Yeah, a bank of lights has gone out. It is on the northeast side by the visiting bleachers.
We survived the lightning strike, and now we get a bank of lights out. Boy,
Thankfully, it's on the other side of the field, because in the south end zone is where the action is right now. And Honaker's on for this PAT. It is up, and it is true. 28-16, Howe in the lead. 2 minutes left to go in the 2nd quarter. Back in a moment on HoweEnterprise.com.
You're invited to the one and only Buck Snort Barbecue in downtown Van Alstyne, Texas. Your friends and neighbors say it's the best barbecue in North Texas. Now it's your turn to decide. Come taste the difference at Buck Snort Barbecue. For complete store information, including menu, location, and hours, click on bucksnortbarbecue.com. That's bucksnortbbq.com. Buck Snort Barbecue in downtown Van Alstyne is a proud supporter of the Howe Bulldogs. The Howe Athletic Booster Club invites you to become a supporter of the Howe Bulldogs.
The type of kids we have, they're just hard workers and do anything you ask.
Memberships are $25 and will be available at all home games. All proceeds benefit high school and middle school athletic programs. Please join the Howe Athletic Booster Club in our efforts to support our hometown kids.
When people come here, it's something they can be proud of.
Welcome back to Bulldog Stadium. Monty Walker along with Michael Mosier and Stephen Braswell.
This we got the room with the door. Boy, that door gets a lot of it gets a workout. Lots of people in and out of that door.
Yeah, and there's a nice little clean room on the other side where no one walks in and out. We'd love to have that room. We'd be able to focus a little bit more. Here's Honecker. We'll boot this one away, and it'll be taken and dropped again. Sacred Heart just cannot hold on to a kick return. And they will get back on the ball at the 34-yard line.
They're just not having any luck.
And again, that was Flushy again for the second time. Had it hit his numbers and hit the turf. That's about the fourth time we've seen that happen tonight to Sacred Heart. As we're under 2 minutes, 1:54 left to go before the half. Howe leads 28-16. Sacred Heart moving right to left. We'll be in shotgun formation. Reeves will get it. Drops back, setting up the screen. And that is Waltershed, makes the catch, makes a man miss, spins out of a tackle, comes near side, steps out of bounds after a first down. And it'll be Quentin Harris on the stop. But Waltershed was able to push his way and fight his way across the 45 to the 46-yard line. It'll bring up 1st and 10 for Sacred Heart Tigers.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure when Reeves takes that snap and they're going to run that screen, he sure hates to see Ty Portman coming because he was almost there again.
2 slots, 2 receivers. Reeves wants to throw, looking towards the middle, flushed out to the right, wants to throw. Injuries goes down on one knee. Did he make the catch?
Yeah,
wow!
They said he made the catch.
What a catch. He went down. As soon as the ball was thrown, he knew it was going to be low. He made the adjustment, made the catch. It's 2nd down and about 2 as the ball rests just inside Howe territory at the 47-yard line. Again, now Sacred Heart moving into that bank of lights that's dead. It's a little dark on that side. Here is quarterback, wants to throw out right side. Waltershed is over his head, and Reeves got some pressure up the middle from Stump that time. Matthews was right there and pressure him, and it also
Ty Portman. I wonder, he'll have nightmares tonight. He'll go home, and that's what he'll see for the next 3 or 4 days at number 34.
We heard from Zach Hudson early in the year during the scrimmage part of the season that Ty Portman, he said, would be the best defensive end in the district, and he's proven that so far. 3rd down and short, and this is going to be a handoff. Will Boyd up the middle has the first down and more. And the ball's on the turf. Howe says they have it. No indication yet. And now the officials are going to confer, and they're going to call him down.
Again, Ty Portman. Ty Portman, he had him had him by the leg, brought him down.
Not only was it not a fumble, it was a first down run for Will Boyd. So it'll be 1st and 10 at the Howe 43. Reeves wants to throw the deep ball down, double coverage, and the receiver fell down, and they're going to throw a flag at his feet. It was injuries. He got his feet tangled up with Ross, and also in coverage,
Levi
Marzinski was there, but injuries fell down at about the 5, and as soon as he fell down, the flag came out.
Yeah, it looks like Levi's limping. He's coming towards the sidelines limping.
They might have got their feet tangled up together, and that's going to be a penalty against Howe. And, man, what a big penalty again. That's a big one. 50 seconds left to go.
I'm not sure I'd want to be on the receiving end of that microphone being off and that Coach Hudson hollering at me. I don't know if I'd want that receiving part or not. That official did very well, though. He didn't. He kept his cool.
Well, they're going to mark off the penalty here, and the official will spot the ball right at the 27-yard line after a 15-yard penalty. on pass interference. First down and 10 for for Sacred Heart, rather. Moving right to left. 50 seconds on the clock. Reeves wants to hand off, and right there is Portman in the backfield. Nowhere to go on the reverse from Waltershed. He is met immediately by the defensive end, Portman.
You better get you better invest in a larger tablet. We just need to get one for Ty. How's that? How about we just get a number 34?
Timeout has been called. We'll take one too. Howe leads 28-16. Back in a moment on HoweEnterprise.com.
The Howe Enterprise has served Howe as the hometown news since 1963. Since then, the Bulldogs have won 8 district, 7 by-district, 3 area championships, and 1 regional title. We've seen 14 different head coaches during that time. The Howe Enterprise has been with the Bulldogs for 51 years. We were there when the Pride of Howe won 3 band state championships. HoweEnterprise.com publishes weekly on Mondays.
Carrie's Coffee Company in historic downtown Van Alstyne, next to the post office, is the new upscale coffee shop serving Van Alstyne, Howe, and surrounding areas. Carrie's Coffee Company offers a wide variety of organic coffee and non-coffee beverages and baked goods. Come visit Carrie's Coffee Company in downtown Van Alstyne, next to the post office.
Reeves wants to throw down right side, and it is incomplete. And that was intended for Waltershed, I believe, on the right side, and in coverage was Tyler Grisham for the Howe Bulldogs.
36 seconds left to play in the first.
And Bulldogs really need to hang on right here on a 3rd and 14 situation. 36 seconds left to go before half. Reeves looks right side, wants to throw. Injuries, incomplete. One of the few times tonight it was a poorly thrown ball, or one of them injuries ran the wrong route, something. Miscommunication there as it brings up 4th down. This is a very important play for Howe. The Bulldogs would like to go in to the half up by this 12-point margin, and they basically are one play away from making that happen here. Reeves in shotgun formation. 2 receivers either side. Looks down the middle of the field. Now flushed out of the pocket. Coming near side. Throws the ball deep down the field, and it is incomplete. The Bulldogs hold and take over on downs with 25 seconds left to go before the half.
Harris and Felder on the defensive coverage.
Nice play there. Nice pressure from up front.
Yeah.
5 seconds left on the clock.
The lights are still out on that northeast side. 10 years ago, well, even 6 years ago, the lights that used to be here, we'd have had to pause and try to get those reset.
Yeah, there's a lot. Thankfully, there's a lot of lights here at Bulldog Stadium. Not like it used to be. We're talking about in the pregame show, the first game under lights here at Bulldog Stadium was in 1958, and that was Charles Thompson who was able to go get the lights from a power company. And here's Hawthorne, and he breaks free and finally brought down after about a 10-yard gain. And with 19 seconds and rolling, Howe does not have to run another play. We'll see if they do.
Actually, the clock stopped because they're moving to change. Call timeout.
We'll have a time. We'll keep it right here. 28-16, Howe in the lead over Munster Sacred Heart. These two teams have never met. This is the first time that the two teams have faced each other. Howe, however, has played a lot of Cook County teams and has been really successful over the years, but never played Munster Sacred Heart.
You look across those Munster guys. They're taking a knee. They're trying to catch their breath in this break they're getting.
One thing we talk about that we haven't really talked about so far is that teams normally don't face teams like Howe.
Right.
Howe's offense that just pounds you and just goes after you and never stops. It's not like the spread where you get a break every play and you kind of run around and have fun.
Right.
Hal's going to kill you.
That's
if,
right.
If you're not in shape, they will run over you.
That's right. It's great to see them go back to this offense.
First down and 10, left to right. Under center Lopez, hands off Hawthorne coming near side, stopped in the middle of the backfield, brought down for maybe a loss of a yard. 12 seconds on the clock. We'll see what happens here. I think Howe will just be content with letting this go to the house with a 12-point lead. 3, 2, and 1. Ladies and gentlemen, we are at the SAP Quality Consulting halftime show. Howe leads 28-16. We'll be back in a moment with more Howe Bulldogs football and some halftime entertainment on HoweEnterprise.com.
Carrie's Coffee Company in historic downtown Van Alstyne, next to the post office, is the new upscale coffee shop serving Van Alstyne, Howe, and surrounding areas. Carrie's Coffee Company offers a wide variety of organic coffee and non-coffee beverages and baked goods. Come visit Carrie's Coffee Company in downtown Van Alstyne, next to the post office, and mention this ad and get 50% off your first beverage. Open Monday through Friday, 5 a.m. to 2 p.m. and 7 a.m. on Saturdays. Carrie's Coffee Company is Texas quality.
Your business has a story to tell. Let Fast Signs help you tell it using the right mix of visual communication solutions like signs, banners, digital displays, vehicle graphics, mobile marketing, and so much more. Give Fast Signs your business challenge and we'll come up with a plan to grow your business, reach more customers, and accomplish more than you ever thought possible. Fast Signs. More than fast, more than signs.
Fast Signs Texoma, located at 1916 North Grand Avenue in Sherman, 903-893-SIGN. Abby's Restaurant is family owned and run. They have the cure for all your home cooking cravings. Chicken fried steak, loaded baked potato, bacon patty melt, grilled chicken salad, cheese fries, jalapeno stuffed peppers, and more. Don't forget to save room for that cheesecake and cobbler with ice cream. We know you're going to love the food and the service. Abby's Restaurant in downtown Howe. They're open from 11 to 8, Monday through Saturday. Give them a call, 903-487-8860. Abby's Restaurant.
If you can't see the difference, why pay the difference? Switch to Dish for a great deal. Only Dish offers free HD for 24 months and premium movie channels free for 3 months, including Blockbuster at home. Save a bundle when you combine DishNet high-speed internet with your TV service. Get more for less with Dish. Visit Cavender Home Theater, your Dish authorized retailer, or call 903-892-3499 for details. CavenderHT.com.
For my family, life is a series of celebrations, from my newest born cousin to my grandmother. We all partake in births, weddings, and funerals. Wherever we celebrate, we need to feel welcome. That's why we choose Scoggins Funeral Home in Howe. Scoggins Funeral Home understands our needs. Talk to the caring staff at Scoggins Funeral Home. Call 903-532-5577 or visit ScogginsFuneralHome.com.
Welcome back to Bulldog Stadium. We're at halftime as the Bulldogs lead 28-16. And the Sacred Heart cheerleaders are doing their thing. Let's recap the first half for you real quick. Sacred Heart took the ball first, and they had they actually had 3 consecutive large plays, marched down the field, Reeves to injuries, and they stalled out after a Quentin Harris interception at about the 12-yard line. They gave Hal the ball, which they went down and punted. Sacred Heart got the ball. They punted. It was kind of back and forth like that for a little bit, and then things started to happen. Hal started at their own 48-yard line in the first quarter and went 52 yards on one play by Anthony Hawthorne with 5:15 left, and that brought our score 7-0 Howe in the first quarter. Sacred Heart got the ball back, punted, back to Howe, and with 3:21 left, Anthony Hawthorne scored his second touchdown of the game, 5 yards, and that brought our score 14-0. Right before the half, Sacred Heart got the ball back at their own 40 and scored on a 60-yard drive from Reeves to Andries, 14 yards out. The two-point conversion was from Reeves to Flush, and that cut the lead 14-8 as we entered the second quarter. Howe took the ball at their own 31-yard line and went 69 yards, capped off by a 25-yard touchdown by Tyler Grisham, and that took Howe up 21-8. Sacred Heart got the ball back at their own 31. They went 69 yards, and Will Boyd scored from 11 yards out. And Reeves hit Andries for a two-point conversion to cut the lead 21-16 Howe. Howe got the ball at their own 36, went 64 yards, and that was capped off by a 5-yard touchdown run by Anthony Hawthorne, his third of the night. And that bumped up the Howe lead 28-16. Sacred Heart, just before the half, got the ball at their own 31-yard line and went basically about 60 yards down the field, stalled out, turned over on downs after a big fourth down conversion, or a non-conversion, because Howe stood. Howe took the ball at their own 30-yard line and basically killed the clock just before the half, and that's where we are. Howe leads 28-16 as we await the Howe Band to come out. And tonight we will give you the Howe Band. Last week we thought we were going to do that. Me and Coach Simmons started talking, and as that usually happens, we killed the entire half. So we'll try to let you hear the Howe Band and their great performance tonight. Michael, it's been fun. It's been fun. Let me turn your mic back on.
Hey, you cut me off. That's okay. Hey, yeah, it has been. It's been fun. It's been real good.
It's been a good first half. What Howe does is what we're learning about the offense is that they can run the football. And,
yes, they can.
And they march it down the field, whether it's 52 yards or whether it's marching it 69 yards and scoring from 5. Either way seems to work. As here come the pride of Howe from the north end zone. Hey, the Bank of Lights came back on.
They did.
Just in time to hear the pride of Howe, and we will let you do that right now.
2014-2015 Band Council members are President Leslie Rodriguez, Senior Vice President Jackson Donovan, Junior Representative Lindsey Kruger, Sophomore Representative Kylie Krause, Freshman Representative Greg Snyder, Secretary Jessica Doty, Librarian Reagan Gonzalez, Loading Captain Bailey Tyler, and Flag Captain Kendall Nelms. Each week, the Band Council and Directors recognize 2 students for their outstanding efforts. This week, the Rookie of the Week is Jacob Taylor. And Bandman of the Week is Kaylee Dwyer. The band is under the field direction of Junior Drum Major Madeline Angley. Tonight's show will feature music from the Beatles, including Magical Mystery Tour and Lady Madonna. This is not a test, this is rock and roll. Drum Major, is your band ready?
great performance that was by the Pride of Howe, the Howe Bulldog Marching Band. And I tell you, we get kind of spoiled by their performance week in, week out. They're going to add to that every week from what I understand. It's one song tonight, but next week they'll add another one. As Jesse Portman has entered the press box here. How did you get so lucky to enter this press box, Jesse? He's escorted by Leon Thornhill. And we'll try to maybe see if we can talk to Norman Dickey here in a minute here at half. We've got a few minutes, so maybe I can talk him into coming over here for just a second.
Oh, I bet we can. He likes to talk.
Yeah, we're going to take a quick timeout. We'll be back here. We're at halftime, 28-16. Howe leads. Back in a moment on HoweEnterprise.com.
GCEC Wireless, located in Van Alstyne off of Exit 51, can help you with all your Verizon wireless needs. They have a wide range of products and services, including smartphones, wireless home and mobile internet, wireless home phone service, and accessories. They're also your local DirecTV dealer. So come on by or call them at 903-712-2355. That's GCEC Wireless. And go Bulldogs!
Think back to the best fried pie you've ever had. It won't compare to Sweetie Pies in Van Alstyne. They have handmade apricot, apple, peach, buttermilk, chocolate, coconut, and lemon fried pies that melt in your mouth. Located at 120 South Main Street in Van Alstyne on the east side of downtown. Give them a call at 903-712-PIES. That's 903-712-7437. Sweetie Pies can also make custom Howe cookies, muffins, and other baked goods.
It's way too hot for your vehicle's AC to go out. Head over to 4A Automotive in Howe for their special air conditioning service checkup for just $39.95. For over 10 years, they've provided the most reliable and dependable service and repairs in the area. 4A Automotive is a bumper-to-bumper service shop. They do it all, from autos to diesels, and they're front-end specialists too. So call 4A Automotive today at 903-546-0024. They're located 4 miles east of Howe at the corner of FM 902 and Luella Road.
Calling all Bulldog fans to come down to the Sonic in Howe for half-price shakes after 8 and open until midnight. Home games only, where you get great food and big smiles. And a little message for all our Howe football players: go Bulldogs, fight, Bulldogs win, win, win. 'Cause it's not just good, it's Sonic good.
Welcome back to Bulldog Stadium. Monty Walker along with Michael Mosier as the cheerleaders, all 15 of them, are out on the field doing their thing. It is 28-16, Howe in the lead over Sacred Heart of Munster. We are at halftime. You just heard the great Howe band there. And now the cheerleaders are doing their thing. We're trying to track down Norman Dickey. I see him. He's walking down in front of the bleachers. We'll probably shake hands and hug and sign autographs and all that stuff before he makes his way up here. Maybe it'll be a few seconds, but he's on his way up. He has to go through this room to get where he's going, so we'll just, we'll make him shake hands with us and hug us.
All right.
And make him stop, and we'll talk to him a little bit about the first half and get his take on things. And here he makes his way up, and of course, there he goes. Oh, he's going to stop and talk. Of course. There we go. Well, he does. Oh, he takes a seat down by Joanna's wife.
Yeah, well, I don't think we can compete there. I mean, I might try, but I don't know if I want to walk down there. He might. She might hit me.
Right. Well, we did recap the first half for you earlier in halftime before we heard from the band. But Anthony Hawthorne has basically been the story on the scoreboard tonight in the first half. A 52-yard touchdown run and a 5-yard touchdown run. I think I said, actually 2 5-yard touchdown runs. So 3 first-half touchdowns from Anthony Hawthorne, and you can add one, a 25-yarder from Tyler Grisham, and some great runs, not to mention from Stratton Carroll, to convert on several third down runs to keep the drive going that ended up with Hawthorne's 5-yard touchdown run.
Yeah, and I know I can't say it enough. The offensive line is doing a tremendous job. The new offense, Coach West has got them. They're doing a great job.
Let me tell you, and I'm biased because I went to school here. I'm a Howe Bulldog. If you cut my arm, I bleed black and white. But I'm going to tell you, I've done McKinney football, all 3 McKinney high school football teams. I've done Denison, I've done Sherman, done those big games, and went to Disney and did all of that, and Coca-Cola All-Star games. But I'm going to tell you, there is nothing better than a small town, home Friday night football game with your home crowd. This is what it's made of right here. This is what it's about.
It is, and it's great to look out there and see all the, like I say, the familiar faces, the new faces, the old, the young.
Yeah, right here you got Mac Davis walking up the steps. He played in 19. We're talking about those great teams in 46 and 45 and 44. Well, right there was one of those players right on that team. Those great championship teams that just shut everybody out.
This was, I did get the opportunity. You talked to Coach Simmons last week, and he was, believe it or not, one of the first guys that I met when my kids started in Howe. Of course, my son was in his PE class, and I think it was the second or third day in, I found out that him and my father went to school together.
In Anna?
Yeah, in Anna.
Wow.
And my dad thought a lot of him, and he thought the world of Norman Dickey.
Yeah.
I don't know who doesn't, but.
Well, speaking of Mr. Dickey, he's talking to Mr. Hickox right there.
Right.
If those two guys would quit chirping, you might be able to hear from Mr. Dickey before the half.
Right. He's going to stop though. Will. He's too busy talking.
He's chit-chatting. Man of the hour.
That's right. He walked up and everybody started shaking his hand, clapping. See here, he's walking upstairs. People are clapping. Oh, actually, I think that was for the cheerleaders. But
well, the scoreboard has 7 minutes left before we start the second half. Reminder, you're listening to the SAP Quality Consulting halftime show. If you know Scott France, he's a graduate of Howe back in the 70s. Is that right? Maybe I should say 80s.
If you don't know, it might be safe to say 80s.
Scott France, a great supporter of HoweEnterprise.com and of the community in general. And we want to say thanks to Scott for sponsoring the broadcast and helping promote this. SAP Quality Consulting, Scott France. Again, it's 28-16. We'll take a quick timeout before we're ready for the second half. Again, Norman Dickey talking to everybody. If we can get him up here, we'll visit with him. We'll take a quick timeout. Back in a moment on HoweEnterprise.com.
You're invited to the one and only Buck Snort Barbecue in downtown Van Alstyne, Texas. Your friends and neighbors say it's the best barbecue in North Texas. Now it's your turn to decide. Come taste the difference at Buck Snort Barbecue. For complete store information, including menu, location, and hours, click on bucksnortbarbecue.com. That's bucksnortbbq.com. Buck Snort Barbecue in downtown Van Alstyne is a proud supporter of the Howe Bulldogs. The Howe Athletic Booster Club invites you to become a supporter of the Howe Bulldogs.
The type of kids we have, they're just hard workers and do anything you ask.
Memberships are $25 and will be available at all home games. All proceeds benefit high school and middle school athletic programs. Please join the Howe Athletic Booster Club in our efforts to support our hometown kids.
When people come here, it's something they can be proud of.
Welcome back to Bulldog Stadium. Monty Walker along with Michael Mosier and Stephen Braswell and Norman Dickey. Welcome to the brand new press box here at Bulldog Stadium. What do you think about the new confines here?
Hey, man, they are great. It is super.
Yeah, and
yes.
You spent a lot of time on this field, basically your entire adult life right here.
Right here. You're right.
Yeah.
It was really, really enjoyable, and it's grateful that I could do it, and we're looking pretty good, doing a good job.
Yeah, I was going to ask you, what do you think about this Bulldog offense, the new slot T? It's not really new because isn't that what you ran in the 70s?
That's what we ran in the 70s. We won the regional championship.
Yeah.
So it looks very familiar.
Did you run basically the same formation with the, I think they call it the dirty slot? But
Yes, we ran the dirty slot. That we called it. We split the end about 4 yards out from the tackle and then settled back inside. So, you know, it was really good. We had good luck. We had good kids, though. That helps to have good kids.
Right. Now, how hard was it seeing that field house knocked down? The one that I think it was you that got it built here.
Got it built, yeah, 1966, I believe, when there was 67, and it was great, really good.
Was it kind of mixed feelings, or
no? Because it needed to come down. The spiders had taken it over.
So what about the new facilities? What do you?
They're excellent. They're great. Looking good. Field looks super. Looks really good, and we're doing a good job. Good job.
Now you're getting to spend a nice evening with one of your best friends in there, Leon Thornhill.
Leon Thornhill. He's running the clock. I mean, he's announcing, and I'm running the clock. So, which we did that for about 25 years, and so they asked us to come back. Mr. Wilson did, and we're glad to be able to do it.
Now, did you have to take any special tests or anything for this new 40-second clock rule?
No, I'm not running that. Robbie Seagrove's running that.
Okay.
I'm not smart enough to do it. Yeah.
Well, you got to be happy here. I would think 28-16. Howe leading at the half. Anthony Hawthorne's had 3 touchdowns, and they're just moving the football.
Looks good. We might shore up our pass defense just a little bit.
Yeah.
But anyway, I bet we do. So.
What would you tell the kids if you were down there right now with them?
Oh, just keep it up. Keep the hard work. Keep going, and don't give up. We're ahead and got a lot to fight for.
All right, Coach Dickey. Appreciate you stopping by and visiting with us. We'll take a quick time. We'll take a quick time out. We'll be back in a moment with more Bulldog football. HoweEnterprise.com.
There you go.
The Howe Athletic Booster Club invites you to become a supporter of the Howe Bulldogs.
The type of kids we have, they're just hard workers and do anything you ask.
Memberships are $25 and will be available at all home games. All proceeds benefit high school and middle school athletic programs. Please join the Howe Athletic Booster Club in our efforts to support our hometown kids.
When people come here, it's something they can be proud of.
The Howe Enterprise has served Howe as the hometown news since 1963. Since then, the Bulldogs have won 8 district, 7 by-district, 3 area championships, and 1 regional title. We've seen 14 different head coaches during that time. The Howe Enterprise has been with the Bulldogs for 51 years. We were there when the Pride of Howe won 3 band state championships. HoweEnterprise.com publishes weekly on Mondays.
Carrie's Coffee Company in historic downtown Van Alstyne, next to the post office, is the new upscale coffee shop serving Van Alstyne, Howe, and surrounding areas. Carrie's Coffee Company offers a wide variety of organic coffee and non-coffee beverages and baked goods. Come visit Carrie's Coffee Company in downtown Van Alstyne, next to the post office, and mention this ad and get 50% off your first beverage. Open Monday through Friday, 5 a.m. to 2 p.m. and 7 a.m. on Saturdays. Carrie's Coffee Company is Texas quality.
Your business has a story to tell. Let Fast Signs help you tell it using the right mix of visual communication solutions like signs, banners, digital displays, vehicle graphics, mobile marketing, and so much more. Give Fast Signs your business challenge and we'll come up with a plan to grow your business, reach more customers, and accomplish more than you ever thought possible. Fast Signs. More than fast, more than signs.
Fast Signs Texoma, located at 1916 North Grand Avenue in Sherman, 903-893-SIGN.
Well, you might be able to hear the Howe Bulldogs come back out on the field, ready for the third quarter, as the Sacred Heart Tigers are about to do the same thing on the other side of the field. Howe leading 28-16 as we are entering the third quarter. Howe will get the ball first as Sacred Heart won the toss. They elected to receive to start this football game, so Howe would love to get their hands on the football and march all the way down the field and turn this 12-point lead into about a 19-point lead and almost immediately as soon as this third quarter starts. I know that's the goal. We'll see what happens.
You know, look out here in the crowd. Had a couple of them blowing kisses our direction. I don't know if that was for us or maybe Mr. Dickey. We'll take it, though.
Yeah, I know. Oh.
What a night. Hey, it's a good night.
You know what? The enthusiasm and the atmosphere and the electricity and just the upbeat, positive feelings at Bulldog Stadium, it's a lot different than years past, isn't it, Michael?
Yes, it is.
It's kind of fun to see everybody having fun at Bulldog Stadium. It helps when you have a pretty good team. Injuries. We'll boot this one away, and it'll be Stratton Carroll who takes it at the 25-yard line, moves and dives up the field towards the sidelines, and Howe will take over at their own 36-yard line is where they'll mark the ball. Actually, I think right inside the 35.
Ball started at the Bulldog 36-yard line, 1st and 10. Tackled by number 2, Ethan.
All right, here we go. Let's get this offense rolling again.
11:54 on the clock as we start this third quarter. Howe up to the line of scrimmage, moving left to right, dressed in all black. Black face mask, helmets and all. Lopez, hands off. Hawthorne, left side. Now breaks one tackle, moves back the other side of the field. Brought down after about a 1-yard gain. Will bring up 2nd down and 9. Again, Howe leading 28-16 as Will Boyd comes up a little gimpy after that play. And remember, not only on defense does he play a very important role back there as the cornerback, but he also is the fullback on offense. So if you hurt one player here, it's basically hurting 2.
Right.
2nd down and about 8.5 for Howe. As Lopez hands off Tyler Grisham running left side. He will bear crawl his way to about 4 yards, and they'll actually mark him down at the 41. But I'm telling you, I don't think his knees actually touched until about 2 more yards down the field.
Ball spotted at the 41-yard line, 3rd down.
I think Will Boyd looks like he may be having cramps.
Yeah, Isaac Waltershed made the stop, but that is that time of year, isn't it, Michael? Where you talk about pickle juice.
Right.
Howe to the line of scrimmage, facing a 3rd and 5. Lopez hands off to the second man through, Stratton Carroll. This time it'll be Waltershed who figures it out and will stop Howe about 3 yards shy of the 1st down. It'll bring up 3rd and 3. And the punt team will come on for Howe as Overby will start. He'll basically back up to his own 30-yard line. Yep, he'll stand about the 31-yard line. And it will be Waltershed to receive this punt. He stands at his own 25. The punt is a high wobbly off the side of the foot and will bounce at the 33. And Waltershed will take it right at the line of scrimmage and run straight up, make a man miss, and will go out of bounds right at the 37-yard line. I can't believe he actually caught that ball. It was going right out of bounds. He took it at the last second, made one man miss, stepped up for about 7 yards, and that's where Sacred Heart will take over at their own 37.
Yeah, I wasn't expecting him to pick it up with it being that close to the sideline. I was expecting to watch it roll out of bounds.
9:52 left to go in the third quarter, just underway here in the second half. Howe just punted. This is Sacred Heart's first possession. And this is going to be the quarterback. Rolling out right side is Reeves, and he's flushed out of the pocket. He's going to tuck it and run, has lots of room, and takes it for the first down to about midfield where he runs out of bounds. A good gain of about 13 yards. Easton Ross in pursuit and making sure he doesn't go any further.
Yeah, I'm not real sure. He was just running real hard. He was had him a good hole, and he just kind of strided out of bounds after he got the first.
3 yards shy of midfield. 42, rather. Call it the 48-yard line is where Sacred Heart has the ball. 9:40 and rolling in the third quarter. Actually, stopped the clock after we ran out of bounds, so 9:40. And this is going to be Injuries, who makes the catch, but he had a knee down, they said, when he made the catch. So he could not advance further. It'll be 2nd down and 5 after the 5-yard catch. Now inside Howe territory at the 47-yard line.
Yep, two-step drop, looked at injuries, ball to him.
47-yard line.
You can always tell when he's going his direction.
He looks pretty quickly, doesn't he?
Yeah, he does.
Reeves looks that way again, right side, looking down the field, and it's caught by Waltershed. This time the man underneath, the slot receiver, ran an out route right past the first down marker. Levi Merzinski makes the stop, but not until Sacred Heart picks up the first down. And now this half is starting much like the first quarter did, with Sacred Heart just marching right down the field.
Yeah, and they get out there and they go in the Injuries' way, once, and then they may hold off a couple of times. They'll look his direction again, and then Howe needs to be ready for that.
I look for the run right here as Schilling is tight underneath, and underneath goes Reeves. He's flushed out of the pocket, rolls out. Portman chasing, plenty of time to throw, and he bounces it to his receiver. Injuries, when looked like to me he had room to run over there on the far side, but decided to try to throw the football across his body and one-hopped his receiver, not even close.
Right, not even, Injuries is his go-to man. He gets flushed. He looks for him every time.
1st and 10. Moving right to left, Sacred Heart. All white uniforms, red helmets, white face mask, red sleeves on those white jerseys. 2nd down and 10. Reeves wants the shotgun, hands it off, man across. That's Waltershed. Chased down, drugged down. Finally, Quentin Harris, along with Jacob Taylor, bring him down after about maybe a 3-4 yard gain, and that'll bring up a very important 3rd down situation for Sacred Heart and Howe, with 8:14 and rolling here in the third quarter. Howe leading 28-16.
Yeah, he was
6 yards.
A little slow getting back up after that play.
Shotgun for Reeves. Drops back 5 steps, rolls to his right, wants to throw, and Grisham was in coverage, and it falls incomplete. And I believe over there is Waltershed again, and it is, and it'll bring up 4th down. Grisham did a great job of recognizing that back coming out, staying with his man, and we'll see what Sacred Heart has up their sleeve here on 4th down. It'll bring up 4th and about 6 at the Howe 34-yard line. Big play here. Waltershed does not even go to the huddle. Injuries gets close to where he can maybe hear it. And here is Reeves rolling right, under pressure. He's caught in the backfield. Guess who?
Ty Portman.
Portman has him at the 45-yard line.
Ty Portman's going to be your highlight reel, and these games we got coming. Those guys better pay attention.
Moreau was right there as well, along with Stump and Howe. And when we say Stump, we mean Tristan Matthews. And Howe will take over now, just shy of midfield at the 46-yard line, moving left to right. 7:45 left to go in the third quarter. Again, thanks to our sponsors: Abby's Restaurant, Cavender's Home Theater, Scoggins Funeral Home, GCEC, and we'll get to the others after this first down play. This is Lopez handing Tyler Grisham left side. He's got some running room to the middle. Look out, 40. He's got the 35-30. Kiss him goodbye. It is touchdown time in Texas. 54 yards. And the Bulldogs are on the scoreboard again.
You don't want to ever leave anybody out, but those front 5 linemen, man, they're doing their job. They're opening holes and chasing him downfield. Every play, you've got an offensive lineman 5-10 yards down the field making a block.
Only took 2 minutes and 22 seconds off the clock on that drive. That's what happens when you go 54. Honaker on for another PAT, trying to stay perfect. The kick is up. And the kick is good. Howe leads 35-16. With 7:34 left to go in the third quarter. We're going to take a quick timeout. Howe Bulldogs football will continue in a moment on HoweEnterprise.com.
Abby's Restaurant is family owned and run. They have the cure for all your home cooking cravings. Chicken fried steak, loaded baked potato, bacon patty melt, grilled chicken salad, cheese fries, jalapeno stuffed peppers, and more. Don't forget to save room for that cheesecake and cobbler with ice cream. We know you're going to love the food and the service. Abby's Restaurant in downtown Howe. They're open from 11 to 8, Monday through Saturday. Give them a call, 903-487-8860. Abby's Restaurant.
If you can't see the difference, why pay the difference? Switch to Dish for a great deal. Only Dish offers free HD for 24 months and premium movie channels free for 3 months, including Blockbuster at home. Save a bundle when you combine DishNet high-speed internet with your TV service. Get more for less with Dish. Visit Cavender Home Theater, your Dish authorized retailer, or call 903-892-3499 for details. CavenderHD.com.
Welcome back to Bulldog Stadium. A 63-yard drive for the Bulldogs as Honaker will boot this one away. Pooch kick, going to be fair caught by Andry. That's not the guy you want to kick it to if you want him to drop it.
Right.
So that guy can catch everything. He does call for the fair catch, makes it at the 28-yard line, and that's where Sacred Heart will start. Deep in their own territory. On that last drive, started at the 37 of Sacred Heart. Howe took it 2 minutes and 18 seconds and went 63 yards, and 54 of it was a touchdown by Tyler Grisham, his second of the night. 7:32 left to go in the third quarter. Reeves in trouble, scrambles out, now has some room. He's going to tuck it, crosses the 35 and out of bounds at the 38-yard line. Pushed out of bounds by Felder and Andrew Griffin.
Going back to Andrews, I'm not sure he hadn't done a handstand or two before he caught the ball down here. Just I can do this standing on my head.
Personal timeout.
Well, they're going to measure this as it looks to be exactly 10 yards on that first down run by Reeves, and they will bring the sticks out.
Reeves, watching him run the ball, he reminds me of a young man that we all knew 2 years ago from a little small town called Whitewright. He's not afraid to run the ball, and he'll tuck it and run, and he does a pretty good job. He can throw the ball, too.
Yeah, he's a very talented individual. Some of these kids, you think about if you had to pick two kids that might play on Saturday one day, it will be the quarterback and the receiver.
Right.
Kason Reeves, the quarterback, and Brady Indries, the receiver. Those two kids have the ability to play on Saturday. It's getting kind of chilly in here.
Yeah, no. Feels good compared to
nice air-conditioned press box here in Howe, Texas. Well, look at this. I formation as they do get the first down. Reeves under center. He will drop back to pass. Under pressure by Portman. He has him back at the 22-yard line. Ty Portman with another sack. Huge loss.
And again, applying pressure all night long, number 34, Ty Portman.
Ty has earned that, best defensive end of the year. He is, in 2 games, he has been just fantastic.
How do you stop him?
I'm not real sure. Nobody has yet.
Unbelievable. 6:43 and rolling here in the third quarter. Howe leading 35-16. Shotgun. Reeves looking across the middle, under pressure again. Stump just missed him. Portman in his face. And Reeves just threw it down the field. Portman was right at it. They were right near the out-of-bounds marker, and Reeves had nothing to do but just throw it away or take a sack.
Right, and we were talking about
pressured by number 34, Ty Portman.
he's coming in at 5'10", 185 pounds. He's playing 6'5", 240. I mean, this kid's playing ball.
Yeah, he can play that defensive end position. That's fun to watch. Reminds me of those days, when the Jason Williams, who'd have about 5 sacks a game back in the early 90s. Chris Hartwell, those type of guys. That's exactly what Portman is. Here's a toss right side. Will Boyd escapes the defender, and that's Portman that he missed. And Boyd will gain about 6 or 7 yards, but not anywhere near a first down. He'll be brought down by the freshman, the middle linebacker, Dylan Moreau. But that'll bring up 4th and a truckload of about 15, maybe 14 yards. And Howe will be getting the ball back here with 6:04 and rolling in the third quarter, leading 35-16. Dalton Felder will be back to return this punt, standing inside the 40 at about the 36-yard line. Injuries will punt this one away. He'll stand at his own 20, awaiting the snap. 4th and 14. Snap is good. The punt is a high wobbly kick. Felder is going to let it bounce twice and let it go. A great bounce for Sacred Heart, and Howe will start deep in their own territory at their own 19-yard line.
Ball whistle dead at the Bulldog 29-yard line.
You see injuries out there, punted that ball. Now he's just kind of walking down towards the 20. They look like they're just, Howe's just wearing them down, wearing them out. 2 minutes, 63 yards, that's going to wear anybody down.
Yeah, absolutely. Howe, I got my numbers mixed up here, but Howe, I might have called that last drive wrong. Actually, I got off center there, but here's Lopez, and he will give it to Hawthorne. First man through, not much doing there. Maybe to the line of scrimmage, maybe a yard. And it'll be second down and 9. And it looks like the defensive end for Sacred Heart. Schilling made the stop.
Every snap of the ball, Caleb Ake, he's 10, 15 yards downfield throwing a block. Matt Griffin, Josh Griffin, these guys are working down the field, and they're expecting 5, 10, 15 yards. They're pushing their guys that far, that deep.
Lopez under center, second down and 9. He will hand off. Hawthorne, big hole. Look out. Cuts back, makes another cut to the 40, and spins down just inside the 40, rather, at the 38-yard line. Thought for a moment he was going to break free, but I think he made one too many cuts there.
Yeah, Darian Peters brought him down.
And it will be enough for a first down as you move the sticks left to right. Go the Howe Bulldogs, leading 35-16, 4:34 and rolling here in the third quarter. Again, thanks to our sponsors, Sweetie Pies in Van Alstyne, AAA Automotive. That's at in Luella, on your way to Tom Bean. And here's Lopez. First and 10, Stratton Carroll in motion, and they're going to hand off Hawthorne left guard. And he runs backwards for a little bit, trying to break through. Man, he runs tough. 9 yards, 10 yards.
First down. And it's again, you've got your guys downfield opening holes and making blocks and pushing their guys back. And, that's just, with him running hard, it's just, it all together, it just works.
Springer makes a stop for Sacred Heart. Coach Hudson said in the pregame show about Anthony Hawthorne being a premier back in this system, and boy, he shows to be just that.
He has, yes, he has.
3:44 and rolling in the third quarter. Lopez, he's going to keep it over right guard, and Shirt tackled down behind the line of scrimmage. I believe that was the linebacker, Darian Peters, who grabbed his shirt along with Stephen Kessler.
They're expecting, they get 2, 3 yards, hard yards, 4 yards at a time. But these linemen and these wideouts and these other guys are, they're expecting 10 or 15 yards. They're way downfield making blocks.
Second down and 11 for Howe. As Quentin Harris goes into the game. Hawthorne in motion. Stratton Carroll gets the hand on the left side. He's good for about 9 yards, maybe 10. They'll mark him down just shy. And he crosses into Sacred Heart territory at the 43-yard line, almost enough for a first down. Stopped by the middle linebacker, Aaron Davis. It'll bring up third and maybe 1.5 for Howe with 238, 237, and rolling here in the third quarter. Howe leading 35-16.
Howe has so many options. You know, Stratton Carroll, Anthony Hawthorne, Tyler Grisham. They just have options on top of options on top of options.
Third and short, Lopez. He will hand to Anthony Hawthorne up the middle, fighting his way for a first down across the 40 to the 39-yard line. And just like that, a new set of downs. And when you're facing second and 11, Howe just keeps running it. And eventually they pop off 6, pop off 7, and they will be stopped there. Hawthorne was brought down by Will Boyd and Hayden Schilling, who combined on that stop, but not after the first down run.
Looks like Tyler Spruill, he come up limping on that play. He's going to the sideline.
Howe started this drive at their own 19-yard line. Have made their way into Sacred Heart territory inside the 40 at the 39. Lopez hands off, and that's Hawthorne again. Gain of about 4. And what? How about that? How about Leon Thornhill saying Hawthorne again? That just brings back memories of the late 80s. But last week, Anthony Hawthorne had 24 carries for 134 yards and 1 touchdown. He's got all of that tonight and more, and he's got 3 touchdowns tonight. Quentin Harris brings the play in. It's second down and 5 for Howe. 35-16, leading Sacred Heart. 1:05 left to go in the third. Handoff. Right side, Tyler Grisham. He's got some room. Drugged down by 3 defenders. Not drugged down. He still keeps going. Inside the 20 to the 18-yard line. What a run by Grisham, who drags 3 defenders with him inside the 20.
Darian Peters and Brady Enders.
Wow. Impressive. From one 19-yard line to the other 17-yard line go the Howe Bulldogs, and we'll see what they have up their sleeve here. It's first and 10 with 35 and rolling here in the third quarter. Leading Sacred Heart 35-16. Here's Stratton Carroll on the reverse. He has a man who grabs his ankle, and Carroll can't go much further after that, maybe 1.5 yards, and the ankle grabber was Schilling.
Jordan Canady leading the defensive charge, number 77.
I want to thank everyone for listening, and also thank the remaining sponsors, Sonic, Buttsnort Barbecue out in Van Alstyne. I want to thank the Howe Athletic Booster Club, Carey's Coffee Company, and Fast Signs. That's the end of the third quarter. Howe leads 35-16. We'll be back in a moment with more Howe Bulldogs football on HoweEnterprise.com.
For my family, life is a series of celebrations, from my newest born cousin to my grandmother. We all partake in births, weddings, and funerals. Wherever we celebrate, we need to feel welcome. That's why we choose Scoggins Funeral Home in Howe. Scoggins Funeral Home understands our needs. Talk to the caring staff at Scoggins Funeral Home. Call 903-532-5577 or visit ScogginsFuneralHome.com.
GCEC Wireless, located in Van Alstyne off of Exit 51, can help you with all your Verizon wireless needs. They have a wide range of products and services, including smartphones, wireless home and mobile internet, wireless home phone service, and accessories. They're also your local DirecTV dealer. So come on by or call them at 903-712-2355. That's GCEC Wireless. And go Bulldogs!
Welcome back to Bulldog Stadium. Monty Walker along with Michael Mosier and Stephen Braswell. We enter the fourth quarter. Around here they call that Bulldog quarter. And Howe leads 35-16. And man, what a night it's been for the offense, and a pretty good night for the defense. Once they've checked the passing defense a little bit, much better here in the second half.
Yes. You know, they were tested at first, but they adjusted. They adjusted well.
We want to mention to you that Abby's Restaurant in Howe will be open tonight after the game. So if you're here in Bulldog Stadium or listening on your phone or near Bulldog Stadium or in Howe or in Tom Bean or in Texas and can get here by about 11, come on. Abby's Restaurant will have you, and they will feed you tonight after the game. So
that's right. You know, we need to try to hit up that Sweetie Pie sponsor if we can get us a pie.
Yeah, absolutely.
That would be good.
Second down and 8, and here's Tyler Grisham running right side. He fights his way through, won't go down, and finally goes down after about an 8-yard gain. That young man runs hard.
He does. He doesn't know how to, the word stop.
He will not quit. And now it will be first and goal from about the 10 as the middle linebacker Aaron Davis made the stop for Sacred Heart. But they will spot the ball, well, maybe about the 6.
And this vantage point looks like it's first and goal from the Tigers' 7-yard line.
6 or 7. Leon says 7.
Well, I'm not going to argue with him.
No, he's been doing this a long time. We'll say 7. I'm sure I have better eyes than he does, but...
Oh, eyes you.
Just kidding, Leon. 11:19 left. I don't have better eyes. I guarantee you that.
I know I don't.
Man in motion goes Carroll, and this is going to be a keeper. Hawthorne left side, brought down behind the line of scrimmage. Great play by the linebacker who gets up and tells everybody. Aaron Davis. A nice play there. It'll bring up second down and goal on a loss of about 4 to the 10-yard line.
It's nice to see that a lot of people are still in the stands. A lot of people hanging around. Great ball game.
Ball resting just inside the 10-yard line.
Here comes Lopez and company to the line of scrimmage. 10:36 and rolling here in the fourth. Lopez hands off. Dalton Felder, who bounces it out left side, makes one defender miss and then trips over the defender at about the 5-yard line. That'll bring up third and short. And
again, Enders.
Yeah, Enders on the injuries on the stop.
Down to about the 5-yard line, just outside the 5-yard line. Third down.
Caleb Ake will bring the play in.
Let's go, Bulldogs, let's go! Let's go, Bulldogs, let's go! Let's go, Bulldogs!
9:51 left to go in the fourth. Lopez sends Stratton Carroll in motion. Handoff Hawthorne up the middle, bounces out, fighting his way, is close to the touchdown and will be down, I believe, just shy of the end zone.
Yeah, there's a lot of the Sacred Heart players in on that stop.
Our spotter, Stephen Braswell, points at all of the defenders and says, not one particular man brought him down, but everybody did. It took one of those, what do they call it, swarm on defense, and that's what that was. Quentin Harris will bring the play in.
Sacred Heart's left tackle, 6'3", 340 is a senior. He's filling those holes.
Everybody tight. Lopez under center. Fourth and goal. He's going to hand off. Anthony Hawthorne spinning out of a tackle. I'm not sure. I still don't know. No indication. What a stand if indeed he did not get in. The officials are talking about it right at the goal line. I think that's Overby. It just falls down. He can't believe it.
At the line of scrimmage, no indication yet.
Still no indication. The defense is coming out on the field. Wow. What a stand by Sacred Heart at the 1-inch line.
Yeah, it looks like they moved Jason Knapp over to nose guard, and again, he's 6'3", 340, and man, he just shut down that center part of the line. 8:46
left to go. Wow, what a stand. from the 19-yard line to the 1-inch line. Couldn't get it in. Here's a handoff up the middle by Boyd. Nothing doing there. And Howe says they have the football. No, a safety.
And it's slow to get up.
Tristan Matthews, the stump, comes up with the safety in the end zone.
Will Boyd for Sacred Heart was slow getting up. He's a 5'8", 165-pound senior. Looked like he may have been the running back that dropped the ball. We have a player down on the field.
Yeah, Howe player.
We have a injured Bulldog
down on the field. Will
looks like he's just having cramps, isn't it?
Well, we can't really speculate on what the injury might be. The UIL will get on to us for that, so we can't really talk about what may be going on down there. But what we will do is take a quick time out. As soon as we do, he'll pop right up. I know he does because it happens every time. I've been doing this for 20 years. 8:39 left to go in the fourth quarter. Howe leading 37-16. Back in a moment on HoweEnterprise.com.
Think back to the best fried pie you've ever had. It won't compare to Sweetie Pies in Van Alstyne. They have handmade apricot, apple, peach, buttermilk, chocolate, coconut, and lemon fried pies that melt in your mouth. Located at 120 South Main Street in Van Alstyne on the east side of downtown. Give them a call at 903-712-PIES. That's 903-712-7437. Sweetie Pies can also make custom Howe cookies, muffins, and other baked goods.
It's way too hot for your vehicle's AC to go out. Head over to 4A Automotive in Howe for their special air conditioning service checkup for just $39.95. For over 10 years, they've provided the most reliable and dependable service and repairs in the area. 4A Automotive is a bumper-to-bumper service shop. They do it all, from autos to diesels, and they're front-end specialists too. So call 4A Automotive today at 903-546-0024. They're located 4 miles east of Howe at the corner of FM 902 and Luella Road.
Welcome back to Bulldog Stadium. Monty Walker along with Michael Mosier and Stephen Braswell as the safety is on the board. It is 37-16. Howe in the lead. And Ty Portman was the young man that was down with the injury a moment ago, but looks to be fine. Looks like it might have been a cramp. It's a high spiraling kick. And it's going to be caught and dropped by Stratton Carroll. He'll pick it back up at the 35, make his way to the 40. Look out! He could be gone to the 30. Escapes one defender and steps out of bounds at the 25-yard line, and Howe will be in great shape right here, starting on this drive at the Sacred Heart 25-yard line.
3-yard line.
$8:21 left to go in the football game, and Howe is in great shape. Stratton Carroll did exactly what Sacred Heart has been doing all night long. Caught and dropped a punt or a kick. But Carroll was able to get back up and pick up the ball, and he was shot out of a cannon once he did. There's another injury down there. Looks like Tyler Grisham. They're working on his calves. And again, with the heat, it's that time of year. It's cramps. And the kids get them every year. 1st and 10. Lopez hands off Hawthorne, right side, big hole, bounces out, and then it shuts down after about a 5-yard gain.
Lead blocker on that was Matt Griffin. You know, he took his man and away they went.
Schilling came over from the other side to make the stop. It'll be 2nd down and 5 as we're at the 8-minute mark left in the game.
Well, Grisham's out on the field again.
Brandon Wall into the game, and he will play the slot back for Stratton Carroll. And this will be Grisham running right side, makes a man miss, another big run, and another 1st down. So Howe just punching and punching and punching and punching their way down the field. And again, it was Schilling on the stop for Sacred Heart.
Injured player.
And we have another injured player, and I'm assuming it's probably cramps again. And I know Grisham was having some problems earlier on the sideline. They were working on his calf, and I have a feeling that's what is going on here. Let's take another quick timeout. Back in a moment with more Howe Bulldog football on HoweEnterprise.com.
Calling all Bulldog fans to come down to the Sonic and Howe for half-price shakes after 8 and open until midnight. Home games only, where you get great food and big smiles. And a little message for all our Howe football players: go Bulldogs, fight, Bulldogs, win, win, win. 'Cause it's not just good, it's Sonic good.
You're invited to the one and only Buck Snort Barbecue in downtown Van Alstyne, Texas. Your friends and neighbors say it's the best barbecue in North Texas. Now it's your turn to decide. Come taste the difference at Buck Snort Barbecue. For complete store information, including menu, location, and hours, click on bucksnortbarbecue.com. That's bucksnortbbq.com. Buck Snort Barbecue in downtown Van Alstyne is a proud supporter of the Howe Bulldogs.
It was Tyler Grisham, and he is holding on to that right calf as he just flops on the ground. And I doubt we'll see much of Grisham again tonight. Lopez under center. Stratton Carroll back into the game, and Lopez is going to keep it, and lots of congestion right around the line of scrimmage. He was not able to go forward, had to go backwards, and ended up picking up a yard or so. And on the stop for looked like Tyler Spruill possibly on the stop there.
Well, it looked like a Daniel Hess, number 3. He's going to be a 5'4", 135-pound junior. Not real sure where he come from.
Second down and 8.
Oh, he's the guy that knows. He's at nose guard.
Lopez, handoff left side. Is that the stump?
It may have been. I think he went in when Tyler come out.
It is. On the carry there, Tristan Matthews, the stump for about a yard. Can be brought down by the linebacker, Tyler Spruill. It'll be 3rd down and 7 for Howe with 6:04 and rolling here in the fourth quarter. Howe leading 37-16.
Again, Howe's got just, they got a little bag of tricks, and they can just pull just about anybody they want out of that bag.
How about a Stratton Carroll reverse here from the slot?
That might work.
Lopez wants to throw. Under pressure, having to tuck and run, escapes the defender to the 10, to the 8, and down to the 5-yard line. They'll mark him right there. It'll bring up 4th and about 5. They can get a first down at about the 1-inch line. Or no, I'm sorry, at about the 3-yard line. I know Leon's eyes are better than mine. So it'll be 4th and about 3. And this will be Honecker on his first field goal attempt as a Howe Bulldog. It'll be a 21-yard attempt. Honecker, the freshman. First attempt ever. And the kick is up and no good. He hooked it to the left. We'll have to see. I think there might have been a flag down. We'll check it. That ball, he just hooked it to the near side. You know that young man had to be just a little bit nervous.
Just a little.
And I see his dad standing up here. His dad's the only one standing up right now.
That's right. Oh, he is.
Personal foul against the
Well, it looks like it'll be a personal foul against Sacred Heart. So we'll see what it'll be. It should be a new set of downs, 1st and goal, half the distance of the goal. So that means the ball would be at about the 2-yard line.
Ball spotted at the 2-yard line.
Look at there. Look at that.
Look at that. And we'll see what happens here on a fresh set of downs.
1st and goal.
You would think it's just a matter of who takes it in at this point.
Right.
Hawthorne has 3 touchdowns.
Now we got an official timeout. He stopped the clock. We're going to talk about it some more.
Hawthorne has 3 touchdowns. Grisham has 2. And it's about time for Stratton Carroll, don't you think? Maybe Stump.
Maybe
Stump.
Stump, that'd be a good one.
And Coach Hudson is looking up at the scoreboard, trying to get the clock, trying to set it back up. 4:17 is where they want the clock, and that's where it is now.
First and goal from the 2-yard line for the Bulldogs after the penalty.
Caleb Ake will run the play in as Howe will break the huddle. Hartsfeld runs to the line of scrimmage. Here comes the rest of the Bulldogs. Lopez under center. First and goal. Carroll goes in motion. Lopez handoff. Hawthorne jumps over the top. He's into the end zone. It's touchdown time in Texas. Hawthorne's 4th touchdown of the night. And Howe goes up 43-16, awaiting the PAT.
Yeah, Anthony just went right over the top. You know, it's always dangerous to see them leave their feet and go over the top like that, but it always makes for such a great touchdown.
He went Herschel Walker style.
That's right.
And now Honaker will come back out to kick this PAT, which is essentially the same distance as the field goal a moment ago. It was a 21-yard field goal attempt. This is a 20-yard PAT, as they all are. And this one is true. Howe leads 44-16 with 4:12 left to go in the 4th. We'll be back in a moment with more Howe Bulldog football on HoweEnterprise.com.
The Howe Athletic Booster Club invites you to become a supporter of the Howe Bulldogs.
The type of kids we have, they're just hard workers and do anything you ask.
Memberships are $25 and will be available at all home games. All proceeds benefit high school and middle school athletic programs. Please join the Howe Athletic Booster Club in our efforts to support our hometown kids.
When people come here, you know, it's something they can be proud of.
The Howe Enterprise has served Howe as the hometown news since 1963. Since then, the Bulldogs have won 8 district, 7 by-district, 3 area championships, and 1 regional title. We've seen 14 different head coaches during that time. The Howe Enterprise has been with the Bulldogs for 51 years. We were there when the Pride of Howe won 3 band state championships. HoweEnterprise.com publishes weekly on Mondays.
Welcome back to Bulldog Stadium. Monty Walker along with Michael Mosier and Stephen Braswell as Howe's about to bang this one away to Sacred Heart after a 25-yard drive that was capped off by a 1-yard touchdown by Anthony Hawthorne, his 4th touchdown of the night. And that brings our new score 44-16. Honaker runs to the ball, bangs it away. A high pooch kick going to be taken by Injuries. And he'll try to make one man miss, and Overby runs him straight out of bounds and says, "I'll have none of that, young man." And Sacred Heart will take over, moving left to right at about the 31-yard line.
Out of bounds by Andrew Griffin.
You gotta, look here, right down the field, and I see Kevin Wilson sitting on about the 3rd row from the top here, right in the middle. Got a great seat. Wouldn't you think he'd have a great seat?
Yeah. I think he deserves a great seat.
Don't you know he's got to be proud about, hey, he made a great hire, 1, in Zach Hudson.
Right.
2, the guy Hudson just sold everybody on getting this thing done in this field, and it just looks fabulous. He's got to be happy.
It does. The field looks fantastic, and all the other changes that are coming are going to be fantastic.
Reeves skips a pass to Injuries. It falls incomplete. Will bring up 2nd down and 10 from the 21-yard line. And yeah, Kevin Wilson has just got to be ecstatic with this entire evening. It couldn't go any better from top to bottom, from the facilities to the crowd to the play on the field. Everything in Howe has changed in 1 year.
Right.
1 year.
1 year. 1 year made the difference.
Reeves back to pass, looks across the middle, firing out left side, and is caught and dropped. And that was Waltershed again. And that falls incomplete. Stops the clock. 3:53 left to go in the game. Howe on top, 44-16. That'll bring up third and 10 for Sacred Heart. Flag down at about the line of scrimmage. We'll have to check and see where that went. I believe that's going to be against Sacred Heart. And it looks like holding is the call, so that'll back him up another 10. So we'll redo the down. It'll be second down and 20 now instead of third and 10. And Sacred Heart will send two receivers to either side. I believe that's Boyd still in the backfield. He gets the carry here, spins out of one tackle but can't elude the other. Dylan Morrow on the stop, along with I believe that was Sheldon Parkman.
Yes.
Who made the stop there, along with Morrow. 3:36 left to go in the game. Howe leading 44-16. Sacred Heart facing a third and 20 situation.
I'm sorry.
And it's pretty much all over but the crying from here on out.
Right.
Reeves wants to throw deep down the middle.
Oh.
Whoa, nice catch, first of all, by Waltershed, but he was lit up by Dalton Felder. Felder just took him to the woodshed.
That's right. He, perfect hit.
It's going to bring up fourth down and about 5.
As you hear Leon Thornhill, fourth down and about 5. 2:52 left to go in the football game. Howe leading 44-16. Into the game for Howe goes Zach Blevins. And punting this ball away is Injuries. And Felder goes nowhere near it. The ball will stop rolling at the 34-yard line in Howe territory, and that's where Howe will start. As Anthony Hawthorne does not go on the field for offense.
It's like Brandon Wall goes in as quarterback.
We'll get a lot of playing time as Stephen Braswell might have to help me out here on who all the new players coming into the game. I'll try to mention as many as I can as they just start checking in. I do see Michael Carrer into the game. Stratton Carroll's going to come out. Dalton Felder will come into the game. Jacob Taylor. Austin Bearden. Hartsfield still in the game to snap.
Mike Hempelstale.
And Tristan Stump Matthews at fullback. This is going to be Felder on the carry, running right side, running like a madman for 5 yards. It'll be second down at 5. And just like that, let's see, it looks like Austin Williams into the game for the first time tonight. Austin, a transfer from Sherman. Yeah, pretty good football player, but watch out. That kid can play catcher for baseball.
Yeah.
He is a baseball machine, that Austin Williams. Hartsfield runs to the line of scrimmage on second down as the clock is at 1:51. Again, Howe leading 44-16. Wall goes under center, taking the time now, running this clock down. Hand off to Stump Matthews. Nope, that's Felder again. He'll have the first down. And Felder does some nice running there, breaking tackles. And that'll get us to the 1:34 mark. They'll start the clock as soon as they spot the ball and move the chains. And now the whistles blow. And it looks like the first team offense is coming back into the football game. This could be the victory formation that the second team has not worked on yet. What do you think?
It could be.
That'd be the only thing I can think of. 1:15 and rolling on the clock. And it is the victory formation. Lopez will back up 2 steps, take a knee. And I believe they will have to take one more snap, and this one will be in the books. What a great game this was for the Howe Bulldogs.
Yes, it was. It was a great game.
44-16. Awaiting one more snap.
And it looks like there's 36 seconds left.
As I spill water all over the laptop, the iPad.
Well, we didn't get no sparks, so.
Are we still on the air? We're on the air.
Hey, we're good.
And there's the final snap. And this ball game is in the books. Hal, your Bulldogs are 2-0 with a 44-16 win over Sacred Heart.
16.
And Anthony Hawthorne put on a rushing display tonight, as well as the rest of the Howe Bulldogs. A great game this was. We're going to be back in a moment to wrap it up. We'll have more Howe Bulldog. Hey, by the way, Abby's Restaurant is open.
That's right. That's right. And they're still. It's 10:05. It's time to go eat.
We'll take a quick timeout. We'll be back in a moment with more Howe Bulldog football on HoweEnterprise.com.
Carrie's Coffee Company in historic downtown Van Alstyne, next to the post office, is the new upscale coffee shop serving Van Alstyne, Howe, and surrounding areas. Carrie's Coffee Company offers a wide variety of organic coffee and non-coffee beverages and baked goods. Come visit Carrie's Coffee Company in downtown Van Alstyne, next to the post office, and mention this ad and get 50% off your first beverage. Open Monday through Friday, 5 a.m. to 2 p.m. and 7 a.m. on Saturdays. Carrie's Coffee Company is Texas quality.
Your business.
Loud and clear, the fight song from the cheerleaders. That's like you never hear it before with that boom mic.
It is. It's really sounds good in the headphones. Loud and clear.
What a great night it was tonight. A 44-16 romp over Sacred Heart. The Howe Bulldogs put 44 on the board. A big night from Anthony Hawthorne. We'll recap the game real quick for you. It started off with Sacred Heart marching down the field with Reeves to injuries on 3 consecutive plays, but Quentin Harris spoiled their drive with an interception, and Howe took over at the 41-yard line. Howe went ahead and punted on that possession. Sacred Heart took the ball over at the 15. They went ahead and punted. Howe got the ball back at the 48, and one play later, Anthony Hawthorne went 52 yards for the score, and the first score of the night, and Howe led 7-0 at the 5:15 mark in the first quarter. Sacred Heart took the ball at the 29 and punted. Howe took the ball at the 47, and with 3:21 and only less than a minute left, later on, Anthony Hawthorne went 5 yards for another touchdown, which brought our score 14-0, and it looked like easy cruising for Howe at that point. However, Sacred Heart took the ball at the 40 with 2:42 on the clock. They made several conversions on third down to keep the drive alive, and it was Reeves to Endries on a 14-yard touchdown and a 2-point conversion by Reeves to Flushy, and that cut the lead 14-8. Howe still in the lead at that point. We move on into the second quarter. With 10:35, Howe takes the ball at the 31-yard line. They drive 69 yards down and score on a 25-yard touchdown by Tyler Grisham, which brought the score 21-8. And then Sacred Heart took the ball at their own 31 and with 8:23 on the clock. And Will Boyd went 11 yards for the touchdown, 7:06 on the clock. and Reeves hit Endry for the 2-point conversion, and Howe's lead at that point was 21-16. Howe got the ball at the 36-yard line, and with 6:57 on the clock, and Anthony Hawthorne drove it in for the third time of the night from 5 yards out, which extended Howe's lead 28-16. Sacred Heart took the ball at the 31 and had a turnover on downs, which Howe took it over and killed the clock to end the first half. Howe opened the second half with possession at their own 35-yard line and went ahead and punted on that first possession. Sacred Heart took it over and turned over on downs. Howe got it back at their own 37, drove 63 yards, and with over 2 minutes on the clock on the drive, Grisham ran for 54 yards, and that upped the Howe lead 35-16. Howe then later on got the ball back at the 19-yard line at their own 19, drove all the way down the field, 80 yards on the drive, but stalled out at the 1-inch line, turned it over on downs. However, I believe it was Stump who was credited for the safety, and that upped the Howe lead 37-16. Howe got the ball back later at the 25-yard line at 8:21 left in the fourth quarter, and which basically took half of the entire fourth quarter. Anthony Hawthorne scored from 1 yard out with 4:12 left to go in the football game to bring us to our final score of 44-16, and it was the Anthony Hawthorne show with 4 touchdowns. It was the Tyler Grisham show with its 54-yard run. It was basically just the Howe Bulldogs football show tonight, wasn't it, Michael?
Yeah, and what's most impressive about it is you mentioned 5, 6, 7 different names. You know, different guys that have touched the ball, run with the ball, secured the ball. They just have it's just a hat trick. They just, throw a name in a hat and pick it out, and somebody's going to score a touchdown.
So you're talking about 16 points in 2 weeks. If my math and my Howe math is right, that's 8 points per game. That's not too bad to start the season.
No, not bad at all. Not bad at all.
The Howe Bulldogs and their families and everybody's on the track right now having a good time. We're going to wrap this one up and say goodbye. For everyone who has been a part of this 44-16 win and the broadcast, we want to remind you that Abby's restaurant is open. So go by and grab you some food right now at Abby's. For everyone who's been a part of this one, including Michael Mosier, our color analyst, and our spotter, Stephen Braswell, I'm Monty Walker. So long, everybody.
You've been listening to Howe Bulldogs Football. Howe Bulldogs Football has been brought to you by
Abby's Restaurant, GCEC Wireless, Scoggins Funeral Home, Bucksnort Barbecue, Cavender Home Theater, SAP Consulting, Sweetie Pies,
Fast Signs, Kiri's Coffee Company,
4A Automotive, and Sonic.
He pushes his way in. It is touchdown time in Texas for the first time in the 2014 season.